being here.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for having
Brando,
me.
are you gonna roll that mag at some point? I saw your mag. It's beautiful. Can you actually roll it?
Oh, this? Oh, yeah. No, not while it's currently filled with liquid.
I would like to see that.
Damn.
Okay. Anyway, the live stream is live. Have fun. I'll give you the power, Brandon. So you.
Oh God, I have the power now.
Oh, we're
terrible.
live.
Okay, the meeting.
I can see us.
They can see us.
Uh-oh.
Thanks, Marco.
Hi, Marco. Thank you.
All right. So apparently I'm the host, which is horrifying. But welcome everybody. Those of you out in the internet, in YouTube land, whatever we call it, who have joined us here for this very special CanCon line event, which is our first virtual live D&D one-shot for CanCon line. Yay!
Yay.
That's all I got. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to introduce myself, and then I'll let our players introduce themselves. And then we'll get rolling on this. Thanks for your patience. I know we're starting a little bit late. We were getting everybody's tech sorted out. So that is all good now. And so we'll roll with it. If you have never seen me before and have no idea who I am, my name is Brandon Crilly. I'm an Ottawa-based author of science fiction and fantasy. And I'm also one of the programming people for CanCon, and a D&D player and DM and enthusiast. And Marie is in my usual game with a bunch of writers here in Ottawa. Yeah, so that's my role, and I will be your dungeon master for this little one shot that we are playing here today. So if I could get the players just to introduce yourselves. Don't worry about your characters yet. We'll get your characters introduced when we actually jump into the game. Yeah, just tell people who you are, and I'll start with Marie because she's left of me on my screen.
Hello, I'm Marie Bilodeau. I'm a speculative fiction author, short story and novels. I'm also a professional storyteller. I am very excited for this evening, so thank you all for being here. This is going to be great. That's all of me. That's it.
Thank you, Marie. Arley.
I'm Arley Sorg. I am co-editor-in-chief of Fantasy Magazine with Christy Yant. I'm also senior editor at Locust Magazine, associate editor at Lightspeed and Nightmare, an interviewer at Clarkesworld, and a columnist at FNSF. And for purposes of 5e, I'm a D&D noob.
It's gonna be fine. It's gonna be totally fine. Mark, do you want to go ahead?
I'm a professional idiot. I work for the Weather Network. I'm the guy they sent out into the tornadoes, the hurricanes. I've jumped in 4 volcanoes, been to Mount Everest, all kinds of stuff. I was dropped on my head a lot as a child, which is why I do these things. I used to play D&D way back in the day, and I know all these guys from CanCon, and I am tremendously excited to be here, and actually kind of lucky to be here because right now we are staring down the barrel of a shotgun full of snow. So Snowmageddon is headed for us, and I'm going to be up. As soon as we're done this, I get to run down to Grimsby and report on the fact that it's snowing like crazy there.
Yeah, we're lucky to have you here, dude, with everything that's going on. It's badass. And DongWon.
Hi, I'm DongWon Song. I'm a literary agent. I do mostly science fiction, fantasy for adult YA middle grade. I play a lot of tabletop. I love tabletop games. And so I'm very excited to be here.
Perfect. Awesome. Thanks, folks. Yeah, so and as well, all 4 of our players are all past guests of honor, special guests for CanCon, and so very, very lucky to have worked with all of them on the con circuit and hung out at cons and whatnot. So yeah, no, I just want to say again, thanks to the 4 of you for being here for this kind of experiment, really, because we've never done anything like this for CanCon. We've done games like in person, but this is something else. So this is gonna be great. Quick thank you to our webmaster, Marco, who you saw very briefly at the start of this. Who does all the behind the scenes webmastering stuff. And honestly, without him, this would not happen at all because gods know I'm not tech savvy and Marie's busy. So we need somebody who can do this sort of stuff. And also we have our 2 chat moderators tonight, Jaggy and Millie, who will be in the chat and keeping folks company down there. So huge thanks to them. They might relay questions and comments to us. And yeah, so that's that. Without any further ado, let's dive into this. So I'm going to share my screen just for a second. give you a little bit of background image for a little bit of context here. So I'm hoping you can all see that.
Yeah, I'm going on the.
Is it going on the YouTube?
Hang on, it's a bit. Oh yeah.
All right.
Oh,
Okay, it's good. And then
right.
yeah, no, it's good. And then we just see the one person who's speaking.
Okay.
But yeah, that works. Okay, so we'll pop up in a little corner every time we're speaking. So
Okay.
if you want to be seen, speak, make noise.
Okay, if that, I might just pop the images up briefly and then bring it so that we can see everybody, if that's how it's going to work. All right, so our one shot tonight for our D&D game here is called Pieces of Godhood. And it's set on a world called Aelda, which is a world broken and a world saved. About 2 centuries ago, there was a failed experiment on this world that destabilized the planet's core, causing earthquakes, volcanic eruptions that nearly broke the entire planet apart. Your world, the world of our 4 players here, should have died that day, but instead salvation came when your ancestors' prayers to the gods were answered. 6 of these colossal amorphous forms, the gods corporeal, as they came to be called, appeared in orbit and stabilized Aelda's core, halting the devastation. Remaining in orbit, the gods cocooned the fragmented world in what was called the life sphere, this arcane bubble of atmosphere that allows life to remain on the surface. And they remain in orbit to this day, passing by overhead to remind you of their care and lasting protection. Deep in the grayest mountains on Aelda's only surviving continent, there's a priesthood in the citadel that passed along a message that the gods saved our world, but living in it is up to us. Thus, the rebuilding began with a focus on innovation, renewable resources, whether it's growing bioluminescent fungus underground or wind towers and condensers, complex geothermal stations. The list goes on and on. There was this push to survive and thrive in the world that was given to you by the gods corporeal. Now, life on Aelda isn't easy, but people manage, and thankfully saving the world was not the final gift that came to you from the gods corporeal. Occasionally, the gods will shed small pieces of themselves, strong enough to survive falling to the surface, and these have become known as shards, glossy, scaly pieces of the gods themselves that grant a small percentage of the world's population the power to access the arcane, essentially the power to use magic and do magic. The Citadel protects and portions out these shards very, very carefully, concerned that untrained casters and rampant magic could destabilize the world all over again. For the first time in almost 15 years, a new shard has recently fallen to Aelda. On instructions from the Citadel priests, you 4 are the servants who have been tasked with recovering it before it falls into the wrong hands, whoever those hands might be. If I get everyone to introduce their characters, and we'll go in reverse order from the player introductions. So DongWon, if you could introduce your character, please.
Yeah, sure. So I am playing a character that goes by the name of Young Dung the Elder. They are an orc rogue sorcerer, multi-class. They were formerly sort of a high seas piratey type. Let's see, I have the class specialization for them is swashbuckler, and then I can't remember what the name of the sorcerer specialization is, but it's also very wind oriented. So they were sort of like a sea-born adventurer type that got roped into working with the Citadel, and and so I'm excited to see how this all shakes out.
Awesome. And I think reverse order then is Mark.
My character is named Bright Eyes. He is a barbarian lizard folk. He exiled himself from his tribe simply because he has far too much feelings, and he's a little too, he's gotten interested in the warm-blooded folk. So he actually dresses himself in furs as much as possible. 1, to hide himself a little bit, and 2, because he wants to sort of understand why the mammal folk are the way they are.
Awesome, love it. Arley.
I am Ambil, a tiefling bard warlock who is very mysterious.
Awesome.
Yes.
Perfect. Love it. And Marie.
I am playing Lennart Salma. Lennart, her first name. She is a cleric of the Order of the Examiner, who is one of the gods corporeal, one more focused on insight and fact. She used to go by the title Reverend Mother, but has given up that title when something happened at the Abbey where she was, which she was in charge of, which has left her with a little bit of bit of an uncomfortable and perhaps even tedious link with the Citadel, where she is tasked right now to help find this shard of the gods.
Fair enough. Thank you very much. The four of you have been dispatched to Wren Hollow, which is one of the furthest towns from the Citadel that you call home. Basically, your priesthood, the servants, most of you kind of stay in the Citadel, which is far to the south. You travel out periodically on various tasks, representing the Citadel, going to the people, spreading the word of the gods corporeal, that sort of thing. Wren Hollow is one of the absolute furthest towns, and it happens to be the closest community to where the shard is believed to have fallen. So it's located along this massive trench, this massive crack in the earth called the Gannerthin Break, which was created when Aelda was first breaking apart. So that's where the town is settled, and they draw energy from it through geothermal plants and that sort of thing. According to the Citadel, there's a servant like yourselves that visits probably once every few years. But the interactions have been brief but cordial with the people of Wren Hollow. They tend not to ask for much. There's not a whole lot of messaging that goes back to the Citadel, and they haven't made any formal requests for aid in the past 20 years. So there are records for the town if there's anything that you folks would like to know, before you step in. But any of those records are a little bit dated. You do know who the two local authorities are. So there's one which is the local voice, which is each town has its voice of the people to the gods. It's a man by the name of Tovis Melak, who trained in the Citadel like all of you. And the local magistrate on record is a woman by the name of Ellesley Baronrow. And she's been in charge now for about 4 decades. She's an elf woman, so she's a little bit long-lived. She's been around for 4 decades. Hasn't been any word yet from either of them or from the town since the shard fell. So you're going in with not a whole lot of information other than the fact that you know that the shard landed somewhere in the area. But that's pretty typical given the way that communications work across the continent. So after 2 days of traveling by air sled, you're deposited outside of Wren Hollow, and so you're on the outskirts of the town. You can see Wren Hollow out in front of you. It's kind of this almost like flat sort of town, kind of mostly one-story buildings, a few two-story buildings that you can see out in front of you. Stone buildings with kind of clay tiled roofs. And paved streets kind of stretching out into the town. The air sled basically drops you off, leaves. They have orders to return the following day to collect you. So the presumption from the Citadel is that shouldn't take you too long to go and collect this shard and be able to bring it back. Right now it's about midday, and looking out at the town. You don't immediately see anyone in sight. You just see these one-story stone buildings, many of which sport these kind of wide condenser panels that are used to collect water from the air. And you can see a few of them, like the ones closest to you, cables that are snaking off into the distance, which are presumably connected to the town's geothermal stations. Pretty typical for the communities that you traveled to in the past. But like I said, there's no one immediately in sight. So I will turn it over to you and ask, what would you like to do? And if there's anything about the town you would like to know before you traverse.
background question, if you don't mind.
Yeah, by all means.
Do we have a sense of who else might be looking for the shard at this point? I know they're rare and valuable. I'm just curious, like, if there's a sense of who our opposition is going to be here.
Typically, like the last time that one of these shards fell, there wasn't a whole lot of immediate opposition to it. It's generally understood that you folks, like representatives from the Citadel, should be the first people on site and the only ones who are touching it. Historically, because again, these fall very rarely, there have been incidences when, bandits or, like an aspiring warlord with, delusions of grandeur, as the Citadel would put it, have tried to snatch the shard before the priesthood can get to it. But those instances are incredibly rare, historically speaking. So at no immediate threats that you know of right now.
Is it pretty obvious where the buildings for like the magistrate building might be, or where the voice might be? Can you tell pretty obviously those kinds of buildings, or is there a map?
I'm gonna stop sharing this one just so I can see all of you while we're doing this. So in terms of the voice, so the voice typically in every town has a tower of aspect, which is basically kind of like the local temple. The voice would typically be hanging out there if you want to go and track them down. It's easy to find. It'll be, they call it a tower, but here it'll be like 2 stories. So it'll be one of the taller buildings in town. The magistrate, you were told that the magistrate's residence and what functions as a town hall is near the center of town. So it should be fairly easy to find if you want to head there to speak to the magistrate.
And there's no like meteoric smoke trail. That would be obvious. Where we could
be easy.
Right
there. No, there is not. Again, you do know that when these shards hit, there's not a huge impact crater, but a little bit of an impact crater. So when you see the site, you'll be able to recognize it because of the impact pattern. But no immediate smoke, no obvious smoke trails on the horizon. You can do a quick perception check if you want to survey the town from afar. But
ooh, a die roll so early.
First roll.
Go, Arley.
Are you gonna just trust me, or should I show it to you?
Should I trust you, Arley?
Honor system, right? 20.
Nothing but natural 20.
I have a +3 for perception.
Okay.
Nice.
I'll just say that I did not do well. It's not a critical fail.
Okay. All right. Well, I won't ask for specifics. It's all good. So you do a quick survey of the town. I'll give you a couple of things, even though you didn't roll very well. You don't see any smoke trails. You do see, like smoke in the distance, but it looks like, chimneys and industrial smoke, that sort of thing. It being midday, the sky's pretty bright. There's always this kind of like haze over in the sky. Like it doesn't get super bright because of the the gods and the life sphere and the way that the atmosphere works. And that affects your ability to see things from afar. So we'll blame that for the fact that you don't really pick up anything else.
Okay, wait. I got a question. What level tech is this?
What's that?
Like, what level tech is this? Should I be worried about someone targeting me with a las cannon?
No las cannons. Think of it like kind of like industrial revolution, but not quite sort of level. Like this world had a significant level of technology prior to the planet almost breaking apart, and so they've recovered a little bit. Like the geothermal station is probably and that power system is probably the most advanced technology that they have, or that you have, I should say.
I've been playing Warhammer way too much because my brain's going somewhere else right now. So
no lasers that you know of.
A horrible place, but yes.
What do we know about the voice? Because if they went to the Citadel like us, what gossip would we know about them? Like which gods are they focused on, or what kind of person are they?
You know what, Marie? Make me a history check.
Oh, I have good with history. I have a +8 with history. I'm using my shiniest dice.
Okay.
Wow. So with my +8, I get 14.
Get all the bad rolls out now. All the bad rolls out now. It's all good. Yeah. So you think back and after you knew that Ren Hollow was the town you were going to, and you knew that Melek was the person you'd be meeting. You did a little bit of digging, and so you know that he hasn't been the voice for very long. He was appointed. I have my notes here somewhere. I have so many notes. He was appointed about 5 years ago, so he's relatively new to the position. When he was at the Citadel, no major red flags, which, I mean, he wouldn't have lasted in his training with the priesthood if there were major red flags. But you in your digging, you were asking around, and there were a couple of stories about, like, he occasionally was a little critical, like openly critical of the Citadel and it's the way it functions as, not necessarily like this isn't a dictatorship, but they throw their weight around a little bit, like those sorts of comments. But those are pretty common at, in the mess, like, or sorry, in like, around the dinner table and that sort of thing. So again, nothing that like was super worrisome, but he did make comments sometimes.
Okay. Okay.
All right.
Are there any other questions, or do
Yeah.
we want to like go tackle either the voice or the magistrate
Voice.
or somebody completely different?
Yeah, you can go again. I'm the sort of DM where you can go wherever you want and I'll roll with it, but it's up to you.
I try to seduce the catfish.
So it begins.
Should we talk to the voice or the magistrate? What do you all think?
Let's go threaten the voice.
To chat with, maybe. We'll learn to work together. But I mean, the voice would have more connection with us, I think, since they're from the Citadel, we're from the Citadel. We can hug it out.
Let's do it.
All right.
Okay. So you make your way into town. Like I said, it's, think of like, kind of early industrial revolution, but very small town, like rural town sort of setup. And as you're walking along, there was nobody in sight just from the outskirts of town, but as you start making your way into town, obviously you start to see people who are going about their day. You're kind of glancing down the streets and you can see, you see a couple businesses down one street. You glance down another street, you can see what appears to be like some craftsman sort of areas, the marketplace, that sort of thing. The few people that you do see, glance your way, stop, favor you with a nod. If they make eye contact, give you a little bit of a smile. It's obvious that they recognize probably immediately, at the very least, that you're outsiders, and with how you carry yourselves and sort of equipment that you have, that you're definitely official representatives. And so you're being noticed as you walk around town.
I'm going to return any polite nods, but I'm actually keeping an eye out for anybody who looks particularly suspicious, especially maybe out-of-towners who might potentially be competing for what we're here for. Okay,
fair enough. Make me an insight check quick, if you don't mind, Arley.
Got this. Are we even?
Like you said, we're getting the rolls out of the way. I have to switch that die out.
Yeah,
it's an 11 for the record.
Okay, fair enough. Okay, 11's not bad. I would say you don't notice any outsiders. Everyone looks to be local, and everyone, like, fairly simple cotton or leather clothing. Not a whole lot of color in the way that people are dressed up. Most of it's pretty bland. No outsiders catch your eye. Nobody takes a look at you and then turns and immediately starts walking the other way, or walks like this. So nothing really all that obvious. Just people seem to be keeping their distance a little bit though, which varies. Like that sort of thing varies sometimes when official representatives are in town, but nothing. Yeah, so.
Well, I'm
nothing
basically
weird.
a demon. I'm used to it.
That's fair. Unfortunately, yeah.
As a former pirate, I literally have the feature of bad reputation. So yes, I expect people to steer clear.
Oh my God, I'm a giant lizard, so I'm getting the same thing.
Yeah.
I guess that's one question. Like, what is the makeup of this town? I mean, is it primarily one racial group over another? Is it pretty cosmopolitan? Like, does an orc, a tiefling, and a lizard folk walk into the bar and that causes a thing?
And a human, just human.
Yeah, you're one token human.
Or is it the token human that everyone's like, wow, what's up there? Like,
yeah, exactly.
I thought I'd try it.
I've met a human before. It's so weird.
We said we'd role play, so I'm role playing a human. Like,
the other three of you definitely stand out. Most of the people you see walking around appear to be human. You catch sight of a couple of half elves, a couple of gnomes, but the vast majority are human by the looks of it. So yeah, the three of you, with the exception of sorry, what's your character's name again, Marie?
Lennart, Lennart.
Lennart. The only one I didn't write down.
Samya, the last name.
Yeah, so with the exception of Lennart, yeah, the three of you are definitely getting some looks. Like, just in the sense it's kind of like, oh, I haven't seen a tiefling in a really long time, or I've never seen a tiefling in the flesh. But it's not like you're not getting weird looks, because Aelda itself is pretty diverse. But yeah, you're definitely standing out a little bit.
I just want to point out that I'm in love with Marie's names. Just throwing that out.
Lennart and Samla, now available in an IKEA near you. Both used for organizational purposes.
Oh my gosh, okay.
I wasn't going to comment on the fact that that's what Marie did for our other game as well.
Yes, Calyx, Ektorp,
yeah.
and then tiramisu. I couldn't think of a dessert name. I failed you.
That one.
No, sorry. I was going to talk about Tira for a second, but I won't break the story. Sorry. Yeah, so you continue on, making your way through town. Again, and as you're moving through town, is there anything else you folks want to do or?
Can I make a perception? Can I take a look around?
Yeah, do it.
I'm very, very suspicious of all things, and I'm always interested in, like, what are these mammals doing? They're all, and hopefully they're not.
So many mammals.
There's just mammals everywhere. So okay, ooh, I can show you this. It would be a 19.
Ooh.
Nice.
Plus my perception is +4.
Not bad. All right.
3. It just seems a little odd. Something's up.
Okay. Yeah. No. Also. Okay. So I'll say with a 19, you pick up, like, and you notice everything that I described to Amdil, which is people are scoping you out. You catch a few people who do look a little nervous, and they're not outsiders. Just looks like townsfolk. You catch a person hauling what appears to be like this loop of metal cable, disappearing into what looks to be a shop of some sort. He kind of stops and tries really hard not to look at the four of you, and then and you can tell he's like and kind of scurries inside. You catch sight of there's a couple of children, 2 half-elven children, maybe like 9 or 10 years old, going across the street, and this is like way ahead of you. Their dad comes out, sees you and immediately ushers the kids inside. And it's only those 2 catch her. Everyone else seems to be, polite, if kind of staying away from you a little bit. The other thing you notice about the town, it doesn't have to do with the people, it has to do with the buildings. And especially having traveled as widely as you have, like having, been born way off with your lizard folk kin and then making your way to the Citadel, you've seen a number of communities, and they all tend to be some level of, not downtrodden, but there's like constant repair that needs to be done. Like life is like, it's not easy to live and keep everything going in Aelda, despite the the assistance from the gods corporeal, but every building that you're passing as you're making your way towards the Voices Tower, everything looks really good here. Like every single building you pass is in good repair. You don't see any cracks. You don't see any like missing tiles in the roofs. The windows are all polished. Like even the street that you're walking on looks really well maintained. Like the people of Ren Hollow, they are doing a really, really good job, like a surprisingly good job, keeping everything polished and mended and put together here. Which is just odd that you've never seen that in any of the communities.
Okay, so I'll tell everybody this, and then I'll say we should grab one of them and threaten them and tell us what's going on. It's the fastest way to get information. Children best.
Wow.
What's logical? It's cold-blooded. Is that not moral?
Perhaps we could find some facts from the leaders instead of picking on those who have less power. But of course, I am more than happy to follow the will of the group.
We could try to talk somebody into helping us or telling us what we want to know. And then if it doesn't work, we could resort to other means.
Biting them? Can we bite them?
Seems time consuming to go through every person in town.
And probably pointless and not worth the treasure it would gain us.
I'll assume you're still walking then. But
if there's an individual who stands out to you that we should question.
Well, there's
I didn't notice anyone.
Someone carrying a cable just scurried into that alleyway.
Yeah, I'll say he's like a couple of buildings ahead of you.
Who's quick and small and named Marie? I mean, named
Leonard.
Yeah, Leonard.
Hold on 1 second. Yeah, I mean, so are we looking to get it up there and see what's going on?
I mean, it's on the way, right?
Yeah.
Pass through the
If you saw someone suspicious, it might be worth tracking them down.
Yeah, that's what I mean. If we go and find somebody there, someone ran around the corner there, just quick, someone follow him fast. I'm not quite fast enough and probably too big. My strength is 19.
You are very strong, though. Oh, I didn't write my walking speed, but I'm assuming it's just a normal 30 feet.
I would think, yeah.
Mine's 30. I'll go ahead and run up there.
Okay.
Before you
try and follow into the alley. Actually, you know what? Can I stealth run up there?
I mean, you can.
Can I run up there and try to be unobserved while I figure out what's going on?
Sure, you can make me a stealth check.
All right. Which I'm not great at, but not terrible at.
And
that's going to be an 11. Oh,
Okay.
Sorry.
Before you go, I'm just going to put my hand on you, if I may, and just say, should you run into trouble, my friend, let your speed guide you. And if you do encounter initiative, you will have advantage on your initiative roll.
Guidance.
This is before guidance even. This is a special cleric thing, but guidance is also very good.
Oh.
I love guidance.
I'll just nod my thanks and then go up there. I got an 11 on that stealth check. So
Okay.
Well,
I'm gonna follow them and do the same thing.
Okay, make me a stealth check. Leonard and Bright Eyes, are you hanging back or are you going with them?
Well, I don't feel that breaking up the party is necessarily going to help us out right from the get-go. I'm going to stay a little few paces behind. But
my stealth is 23.
Wow. Okay.
I have a good stealth.
Nice. Okay. All right. So Leonard's hanging back a little bit. Bright Eyes, you staying with her or are you?
Yes.
Okay. Sounds good. So Young Dung and Amdil, you get up to this building actually that this guy with the cable ducked into, and it looks like a it appears to be a shop of some sort. A little sign hanging above the door has a picture of individual wearing like a long cloak made of some sort of heavy material, some sort of artist rendering. The door to this place is shut. But nobody peeks through the doorway or there's a window with some shutters on it. Nobody peeks their way out as you approach. So you appear to be unobserved. What would you like to do?
Can I make a quick perception check to see what's going on with, if I can hear something or see something?
Please do.
Go near here. That's a 3 + 4, so 7.
Silence on the other side.
I think I turn to, I'm sorry, what's your Ambil? I turn to Ambil and say somewhat loudly, it's all quiet in there.
I go, huh? Let me verify that.
Sure, go ahead.
Not that I don't trust you.
Kind of sounds like you don't trust me.
After all we've been through.
After all we've been through.
16.
16? Yeah, so you put your ear to the door, pause for a second. You think you can hear just ever so faintly shuffling from far at the back of whatever room is on the other side of this door. Just for a second.
I relay that information.
Is there what's the layout here? Can I jump up and drop into an alley on the other side? Is there?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so I'll give you the full picture. So the street itself, it looks like the streets here are fairly grid-like, pretty uniform kind of construction here. So the building that the little kind of one-story kind of square box-like shop, it just has the slightly tilted ceramic roof that I described before. Narrow alley on either side. And you've got these kind of it's not cookie cutter suburban sort of buildings. Each building looks fairly unique, but similar kind of boxy stone construction running on either side and then also across the street. So yeah, so there's a narrow alley on either side. Looks like from where you are, it looks like behind the building, there might be another narrow alley that runs behind these buildings. You have to obviously go around to find out for sure, but so that's the general layout.
And it's a one-story building?
One-story building, yeah. And it has, like most of the buildings here, it has one of those condenser panels on top. So basically it's this sheet of metal, essentially, to catch moisture from the air. Other than that, not much adornment on this one.
Okay.
We could try the door and see if it's open.
Well, I'm going to go around to the other side and try to cut him off. It's going to be my plan here. So I'm going to cast a level 1 spell, Jump.
Nice.
I'm just going to burn a slot, whatever. So 2 things happen. That lets me use my, what the heck is this ability called? My Tempestuous Magic ability. So as a bonus action, I can cause gusts of air to surround me. Before or after I cast a spell of first level higher, it allows you to fly up to 10 feet without provoking opportunity attacks. So I think I cause a gust of wind that blows me up onto the roof, and then I jump triple distance. I think jump is half your walking speed?
Something like that, yeah.
So I can jump 45 feet, which should get me to the other side of the other alley and drop down into that alley.
Yeah, it definitely will.
Great.
So there's this whoosh of air, tick, 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 tick. And you drop down. And you see immediately that the back door to this this shop is hanging open slightly, and the individual that Bright Eyes described to you is about 25 feet to your left, not quite running down this alley, but kind of definitely hoofing it behind all these buildings. And as you land, he turns around, locks eyes with you, and his eyes go wide. And he's just to give you a fuller picture, he's tall, broad-shouldered, male presenting, looks to be mid-30s ish, wearing this heavy leather vest with a bunch of pockets in it, and otherwise kind of simple work clothes and heavy boots. Doesn't have the loop of wire cable that Bright Eyes described. Kind of spins towards you, eyes go wide, and he immediately turns and starts to get away from you. Or tries to.
So I would like to, first I just want to yell at him, "Ahoy there, friend! Where are you going in such a hurry?" And then can I use my jump again, which would be another 45 feet to jump in front of him? Because that lasts for a minute, so that's 10 rounds.
Totally can, yeah.
Yeah.
So you leap and as you called him, he freezes immediately, kind of, not quite hands up like, oh my God, but pauses. And you land in front of him and he backs away.
I like there's an orc just bouncing around like a Care Bear at this point. Like,
like, hasn't seen an orc probably in a long time. Definitely not a jumping orc. But yeah, so
Gummy bears. That's what it was.
Oh, right, gummy bears, not Care Bears. You're right. Yeah. There we go. Yeah.
So he freezes and eyes are still wide a little bit. He says, well met, servant. And he does like a little half bow.
I think I do like an exaggerated flourish bow, like sweeping my hat off my head in front of him.
Nice. What is there something that you need? I'm late for work, and is there something I can help you with?
Insight check, please. That would be a 6.
He seems earnest.
Well, maybe I can walk you to your place of business. I wouldn't want you to fall afoul of any trouble along the way.
Oh, that's very kind of you.
Yes, I know. I'm aware. I'm very kind. I think I'd throw an arm around his shoulder and say, "Let's go, then, you and I."
Make me either persuasion or an intimidation check, or depending on how you want to play this.
Let's see. I have a 5 in intimidation, but an 8 in persuasion, which is good because that is a 14. I rolled a 6 plus 8.
Wow, high rolls. This is great.
Brutal.
So you throw in. He kind of. You can feel, like, without having to roll anything, you can feel like the tension in his shoulders as you throw your arms around him, and it seems like he's definitely uncomfortable, but he kind of nods. Oh no, that would be great. It's actually just this way, and he points ahead.
Well, I'd be tense
Togus
too if
and
I saw a jump bouncing orc suddenly come flying over. Doing. Oh.
Bounce.
Can Bright Eyes and Lenari see me at this point?
I was just about to say,
okay.
The rest of you would have definitely heard and seen this, so you know what's going on.
Yeah.
If you want to catch up, or
I think I'm definitely pitching my voice so the rest of the group can hear is kind of my goal here. Yeah. Okay.
Perfect. Yeah. So the three of you, what would you like to do?
I'm going through the building.
Okay.
Check the door, and if it's not locked, I'm going through the building.
Oh, it's totally not locked.
Okay, I'm going through the building.
Okay.
Like to the side of the building?
Just Kool-Aid Man through the Leonard and Bright Eyes, what would you like to do?
I will follow along. I am excited. We're going to make a new friend.
Perfect. This is gonna be great. So you go through and sorry, Mark?
I knock on the door with my 19 strength. Oops, I broke the door.
Comes swinging open. So you enter in this shop, and it looks to be like a leather clothing shop. I know there's a proper term for that, internet. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. I apologize. But wherever they sell leather clothing, that's the thing.
Fetish shops?
A farrier?
Castro?
Definitely not the ones that Marie said.
I think it's a farrier.
I think it's a farrier. Isn't that arrows and stuff?
Toronto, but it's maybe not the same shop.
No, that's horse's hooves. Wow.
Oh, really that's I was way off then.
It's a cuivrerie in French. I can't help you in English.
Yeah, I'm not searching leather shop.
No, that's a bad idea. Literally, all I can think of is
I would win.
All I can think of is what my dad thought I meant when I first told him I was getting into Dungeons and Dragons, which was not at all what it actually is. So anyway, whatever that is, that's what this shop is. So you like leather hanging on to, like cloaks and coats and like workman's sort of clothes. Child. Anyway, so you cross through the back door to the other side into the alleyway, and you can see young Dung. Oh, sorry, Arley, go ahead.
Do I see the cable in there?
It looks like he just left it on a counter as he was walking through.
What is it? Just a cable?
Looks to be a loop of like copper wire, probably used for the cabling that runs throughout town. for the geothermal, like supplying power. Doesn't look particularly special.
Okay. I'm gonna go through to where everyone else where they are.
Okay.
I'm going to be very excited for Bright Eyes to have just been overly suspicious. If we are just harassing some poor guy who was delivering some wire to his friend so he could like make a new vest or something.
Just trying to earn an honest day's wage.
Not in this town, not on our watch.
Not gonna happen. Anyway, yeah. So the three of you, you see Young Dung, leading this person away. They're probably about 60 feet away from you at this point.
No rush to catch up.
I nudge Lennart. Is he gonna eat him?
I mean, I don't think so, but I certainly wouldn't judge if he did.
You mammals are weird.
Generally, they don't. Nobody should eat anyone Bright Eyes. Nobody should.
Okay. That's good to know. I take out my notebook and write that down.
Awesome. Yeah. So this individual points Young Dung, like you get to the end of the alleyway and he points to the right and says, "Yeah, my the factory is just down to the right here."
What kind of factory? What do you do for work there? You like the job? Good bosses? How's the union?
I mean, I can't complain.
Surely you complain. Everyone can complain. It's a job, right?
I mean, it'd be nice if I didn't have to work so much, but no, everybody looks after me.
Tell me about it. So what are you doing to earn a little money on the side so you don't have to work so much anymore?
I don't know what you're talking about.
It's just between you and me. It's just us here, right?
Glances back at the other three who are following.
Around. I'd like to make a persuasion check to tell him, just trying to get him sort of bluster to tell him something he doesn't want to, right? Like,
absolutely, I love it.
Finally, that's a 25.
Oh man, okay. Okay. So he, as your bat, he's like, well, no, I there's nothing on this. Like, I'm certainly not. I'm not involved with any of any of the town's business. I don't deal with any of that magic. I mean, any of the. I don't know anything. Please, can I suddenly
go very quiet and like very still and just staring him down now about none of that magic business, huh? It'd be a real shame if you got caught up in that. Because I'd have to go talk to Tovas Malark. I might even have to go to the magistrate. We're very close friends, her and I, of course. We go way back.
I don't want to get caught up in any of that. Please do not.
I don't want you to get caught up in that either. It'd be very dangerous for you, very detrimental to your health, to your livelihood, to your daily living comfort. So why don't you tell me, and then we can see how we get you out of this business you're so clearly already caught up in.
You really, there's not, you really need to understand. We just, like, it's not, people don't mean any harm. They don't, everyone's just trying.
You mean like the magic that you're using? And I say it a little bit louder that time.
Okay. I mean, you're not, okay, no, you don't understand. It's not, look around town. Like, really look for a second.
What am I looking for?
Like, you know, and he points across the street at what looks to be the entrance to a tavern of some sort. So, like, there's not a single problem with that building. There's not, like, nobody, there's no concerns for its structure. There's no concerns about our supply of food.
Like, because you're rich? Is the town makes a lot of money? Good tax base?
No, it's because
a local faith in
eating
infrastructure.
People.
No, why? No, we're not. It's because of the shards. Why?
Oh, the shards. Huh. Oh, so you're using magic by stealing the Citadel's shards to power your town.
I have never used a shard in my life. I can't. I have no business with it. I don't have any say over what the town does. It's just what the town does.
Oh, you have no say, but yet you are involved and very knowledgeable.
I'm
sure the Citadel would love to hear from you, my friend, who has been engaging in such practices. Unless, of course, there's someone else we should be speaking to.
There is no. It's not me. It's the people in charge. That's who you need to speak. It's not. It's the magistrate. It's the voice. It's not me. Please don't. I can't be held accountable for what the magistrate decides to do.
Where are they keeping the shard?
I want to stand up. I want to walk up behind and just loom. Just loom. No, loom.
Like, he hunkers down and this is a tall guy. Like, he's about as tall as Bright Eyes is, and he hunkers down. And he says to Am, is it Amdil with a D or with a B, Arley?
Amble.
Amble, that's what I thought. Okay.
It's in my profile.
Oh, is it? Oh, so it is. Nice.
I put my name in my profile.
I see things. Yeah, so Amble, he hunkers down and he looks at you and he says, I swear to you, I have no idea where they're keeping the new shard. I wasn't around. I barely even knew that it landed. But if anybody has it, it has to be the magistrate. She has the other ones from before that I should be telling you about. But I don't know. If I knew, I would tell you. Please don't arrest me. Please don't haul me away. I just want to live.
Leonard, I think you should make a note in our official records of how helpful this young man has been. What was your name again?
Mitch.
Mitch, it has been so good to meet you. You've been so very helpful to us. I will recommend you in the official report, and I will mention you to the magistrate personally, who I mentioned is an old friend of mine. Of course, we are very old friends. And when I confront her about the very bad illegal things that she's been doing.
No, I would really prefer if you didn't mention any. Are you actually writing?
I'm doing a sketch. If you could hold steady,
fee, we might be able to keep your name out of the record. What would you say to that?
There's a moment as he realizes exactly how this conversation has gone, and he's I don't carry a lot of coin. I only have a couple of silvers.
I just take his coin purse at this point.
Sure.
I can make a sleight of hand roll if you'd like me to.
Because of all this, I won't even make you do the sleight of hand. It's there.
I just robbed this guy blind. Why not?
What does Tovis Malak know of this? Is he involved in this too?
As far as I know, they both are. They always have been. It's kind of been going on for a while. Again, but it's not. I swear, it's not. It's not like everybody. I mean, a lot of people are involved, but I'm not involved. Do you want anything else? Please don't say my name to anybody at all. I swear. And he starts looking up at the sky, like as though he's invoking the gods. Like, I swear, I didn't mean. We don't mean anybody any harm. We're just trying to survive.
I think I just pat him on the back and say, "Don't worry, friend. I've already forgotten what your name was."
Can I bite him now?
Oh, it's Mitch.
He starts backing away.
Here's the sketch.
I'm just gonna go. I'm just gonna, and he starts backing away and like back the way that you came, and like back down the alleyway and glances back a couple of times and starts.
Don't leave town until we're done with our investigation.
I live here. Okay.
Don't tell anyone we talked, because otherwise we will.
I think I just quietly say, I thought his job was that way.
He seemed nice.
Yeah. So there you go. So what would you like to do?
Let's go rob the magistrate.
Do you want to? Look, I mean, we can do this two ways. We can confront them directly and try to find the facts, or we can go in and try to decipher things for ourselves by going. If I may suggest, if I take 10 minutes to just sit here, I could cast a spell to basically go ahead into the magistrate's home and see if I can, or wherever we think these shards might be, and I can see if I can find them through clairvoyance, should the gods deem it possible. Or we could just go in.
Wait a second. We're looking for one shard, but there's multiple ones here?
Apparently, they've been stashing shards for a while.
I just want to propose to the group. The Citadel sent us to find one shard. If we bring back 2 shards, it's great. If we find 3 shards, it's still good if we bring back 2. Is this making sense to everybody?
I mean, arithmetically speaking, nobody will know the difference. So
Yes, good. I'm glad we agreed. Fantastic. Let's proceed.
I don't want to overachieve personally, for that might be expected. So I am okay with just 1 shard, handing them back to them personally.
I nudge Leonard and say, "Is that okay? Is that right? Do mammals always do this?"
No, but just don't mention it. Just follow along. We'll take care of you.
Just make a note in your book that just 1 shard there, Bright Eyes. I know you keep that little journal of what mammals do. Just add this to the list. There we go.
Only have 1 shard. Very okay.
Awesome.
I don't understand, because it seems logical that we should bring back all of them that we find.
No, it's more logical that we were given a job to bring back 1 shard, so we will bring that back. If you think about it, if you really think about it, that's logic for you.
Brandon.
It's math. Ask for 1, get 1.
Yes, Arley.
What can we expect from our experience going into places where the magistrate or the voice work? Can we expect them to be powerful beings? Can we expect them to have a troop of guards, or do they just chill out, on the lawn on their own, proclaiming? When we confront them.
I like that. No, good question. Wren Hollow itself is a small town. It doesn't have like a city watch or a city guard. From what you were told before you got here, they have kind of like volunteer militia that sometimes are called up either to defend against bandits or any sort of beasts that might be in the region. And there's usual fare like wolves and bears and that sort of thing. There's kind of like molten elemental creatures that sometimes crawl out of the cracks in the earth, that sort of stuff. But nothing super heavy duty. As far as you know, neither the voice, Tovus Malak, nor the magistrate are like seasoned war veterans or like skilled murderers. And as far as you know, neither of them are users of magic either. Neither of them, as far as you know, are among the small population that can actually use a shard. But they're not supposed to have shards to begin with. So
if they can't use the shards though, and the town is so prosperous, that means we're probably looking at another foe that we're not even aware of yet, who can draw on the power of the shards.
Or they can use the shards.
Or they can, yeah.
So I propose that we go to confront them, but that I have a good stealth, so I can try to, when we get there, I can try to stealth in so that at least we have the element of surprise and they don't know how many people they're up against.
I just want to know when I can bite someone.
I'm happy going in and just chatting with them, seeing what they might know, possibly casting Zone of Truth on them. But
then bite them?
Possibly, yes, depending on how that goes.
Truthfully bite them.
Why don't you two go in through the front door, and then me and Amber will go in through another door.
Do you have good stealth, Young Dung?
It's fine.
Here, I cast guidance on you, so you get +4.
Great.
You're welcome.
In addition to my existing bonus, is that how?
Yeah, in addition to, I can have both active. So, so you still get bonus on the initiative.
Great.
Advantage on it. So
great.
Let's start with the voice.
Yes, I would love to speak with our old friend,
Christina Aguilera. Yeah.
Brett,
Ah,
Yes, sir.
Bright Eyes goes a little cross-eyed for about a minute and a half while I have to go and shoot a little bit of the storm that's coming in now because the whole house
Okay.
is so
Oh, wow.
just a minute.
Yeah, no worries.
just mute yourself just in case, Mark.
We have really important stuff we have to do too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I have to go do all kinds of stuff.
We have editorial emergencies. We got to read stuff on a. Yeah, you just no idea.
I have to go write a paragraph now.
Yeah, it's
I don't have anything to do.
Well,
it's nighttime. I'm usually asleep by now. So.
Well, should we do the skullduggery part first then, while we wait for Mark to come back?
yeah.
I spoke to Mark ahead of time, and we can just keep rolling, and he'll jump back.
Okay.
He's got looking back and will bite if told to.
Yeah. Oh, he's back.
That didn't take too long.
I thought you were going to looking at a storm, Mark.
It's not that bad yet.
Oh,
Okay.
good. Okay.
Yeah, so I'm still good. It's all good. It's all good.
Okay, great.
Perfect.
So just to be clear, you're heading for the magistrate or for the voice?
the voice,
The
Christina
voice.
Aguilera.
Yeah.
Nice.
And we're gonna get in.
Yeah, aka Tovis Malak.
Tovis Malak. Perfect. Okay, cool. So the Voices Tower, like I said, it's pretty easy to find. There's not a whole lot of large buildings here. And so you can spot it pretty easily from afar. It's kind of near the southern outskirts of town. And again, they call it a tower, but it's only looks to be 2 stories wide, or 2 stories tall. And it's this kind of wide stone tower. Sports on top, instead of one of these condenser panels like the other buildings has, someone has constructed these 2 hands out of stone that are kind of reaching up, almost like beseechingly towards the sky as the gods are passing by overhead. And there's this kind of cracked stone path that leads towards the entrance, which is a set of metal kind of double doors, which, as you approach, and kind of even from afar, Young Dung, you recognize right away, are inscribed with images related to your particular deity, the Pathmaker. You can see these interconnecting roots and lines, which are lined with kind of indistinct figures and structures, which kind of a common image of the Pathmaker that represent the potential futures an individual might find. No windows, though, on the building itself. Just that set of double doors, which appear to be closed. And again, nobody immediately in sight. And what would you like to do?
No windows on the second floor either.
No windows anywhere that you can
At all.
see. At all.
That's gotta be stuffy in there.
A little bit.
Yeah. I think as we walk up, Young Dung just looks up the building and I say, man, that's tacky. All the magic power in the world, and that's what you do with it?
I bet the shard is in the hands.
And so, I think I turn to Emil and say, up for a little climbing adventure?
Sure. Let's do it.
Can we scale the side of the building to go check out the hands and check out the roof?
You can certainly try. Make me, just for the sake of argument, make me a little athletic or acrobatics check.
That's going to be a 12 because I still roll for crap.
You can use guidance there if you want to.
I think guidance only lasts a minute, Marie.
Oh, that's true.
Oh, okay.
I think.
I
Evan
have it
somewhere
right
watching
here.
this is going to tell me if I'm wrong. This is where the chat starts going crazy, being like, "No,
Yeah,
you're wrong.
up to
It
1
lasts
minute.
for 10 minutes out there."
Yeah.
Up to 1 minute, I have
Up
a
to
little
1 minute.
card I made.
Okay.
Nerds will be groaning all night. I'm just gonna warn people.
Luckily, I can't see the chat.
Just
So
let it
what,
go.
What are they going to do?
Yeah.
Let it go.
We love you, audience. I love you. Just
Love you. We're also nerds.
Yeah,
huge
just
nerds.
relax.
Relax.
Everything's fine.
Gotta
Yeah.
be fine.
Yes.
What was your role, though, Arley?
18 total. My roll's a 14, and I have a 4 acrobatics.
Awesome. Okay. Easy enough. Neither of you, slip and fall on your ass or anything. You're able to climb up onto this roof. And so you're like, kind of bracing yourselves on these 2 outstretched hands. Lennart and Bright Eyes, what are you doing?
Going in, of course.
Okay.
Sure.
All right. So you head through the doors.
Just let me do the talking. You know what? Do you?
Young Dung and Amble, anything particular you want to do now that you're up top?
While we're up there, is there a point of entry from up top, like a panel in the roof or anything like
Or
that?
skyline or...
Yeah, make me an investigation check.
Me?
Yeah. You're the one who asked, so you're the one stuck doing it now.
You got this.
Let me switch dice. I have a bad feeling about that one. It's
Oh,
about to
no.
turn on me. Oh, yes. Girl. I'm just going to show this to the camera.
Oh,
yeah.
very
Nice.
nice. Very nice.
17 rolled. I'm not even going to look at my bonuses because
Don't even need it.
it's not even... Yeah.
On first glance, you don't see any obvious point of entry. But then you spot just kind of like behind these hands from from the front of the building. You spot a couple of tiles that lift up, revealing that there's a panel there that is kind of hidden by the tiles, whether it's kind of a maintenance hatch to come and check on the hands or something else. But there is a very narrow passage you can use to get inside.
Anything weird about the hands themselves?
Make me a perception check.
It's an 18 plus 4, 22.
I mean, they're very well constructed. Like looking at them at first glance, you're struck by this idea that this is probably like the one of, if not the best craftsmanship you've seen. Like very, very elegant, very smooth kind of stone hands. And then you realize that it reminds you of like similar sculptures that you've seen in the Citadel. And it kind of clicks that it reminds you of things that you've seen that were constructed through magical means, sculpting stone and so forth. Like with the smooth kind of polished nature of these hands. This was definitely not done by chiseling. This was magically created.
I think as I follow Amblin down into this hatch, I just still mutter, still tacky.
Yeah, I think we're both the kind of people who are going to be like, seen better. It has to be like that.
That's fair.
They're hams. I mean,
all right. I'll come back to the two of you. I'm gonna stick with Leonard and Bright Eyes. So you step into what turns out to be a very large room that you're guessing kind of makes up most of the interior of this tower. And use tower in air quotes. Inside, you can see kind of that the ceiling is supported by kind of wooden support posts that ring the inside. And there's a number of chairs and circular tables that are spread out kind of in a seemingly random order, which is another aspect or element of the Pathmaker, the element of like choice and kind of randomness. And, you choose where you're going to sit and we'll see what happens. Yeah, there's light coming from I was going to say the corners, but it's a mostly round space. But along the walls, there's kind of lanterns with kind of bioluminescent plants in them. So it gives you enough light to see all sorts of Pathmaker imagery like carved in the walls and the ceiling. But it's carved in the ceiling and the floor. It's the wall itself that really catches your attention. Because there's this intricate clockwork contraption that spans the entirety of the wall. And there's this clicking sound that you can hear right away. And you notice that there's these kind of rounded knobs that are moving along these fixed tracks that kind of curve along the walls, moving in kind of almost like random directions, but on these fixed tracks. And all of which are like the kind of flicker with kind of glittering minerals that are embedded into the knobs themselves and the tracks themselves. Make me a quick religion check.
Ooh. 21.
These are worshippers of Siege. Oh wait, sorry, wrong game.
Just blend them all together.
Oh dear.
I got this.
Yeah, you do, because I got a 5.
5. Okay, so Bright Eyes didn't study very well at the Citadel.
This is why I said Siege.
I got 21.
21. Okay, so yeah, it takes you a second, but you realize that these kind of metal tracks are a perfect match for the path of each of the gods around your world.
Ooh.
So it's basically like what this contraption does. It's meant to mirror the gods as they circle your planet, each knob representing one of the gods. Kind of this artistic sort of display.
Interesting question. Could it also be a good way to track any shard that would fall when it would fall and where it might fall? Since we're tracking the movement of the gods around, do I see any indication of like, you know?
I mean,
Damn. Marie smart.
Yeah. If no one had figured that out yet, internet, this is your evidence.
What, that I'm smart?
No, but crafty. Crafty is the key.
Missed it.
I would say there's no.
That's what I would use it for.
Right. There's no obvious sign in the way that it's constructed. So whether or not that's what it's used for is conjecture.
Okay, that's fair. Do I see the voice?
You do not. The only person who you see, or at least you assume is not the voice because you know the voice is an older individual. There's a young acolyte kind of standing at the center of the room in this long green cloak. And they're standing on a step ladder, fiddling with one of the tracks. It looked like something's come out of alignment, and so they're working on that. And they pivot around to look at you and sorry, just give me 1 second. Start climbing down from the ladder. I'll say at this point, Amble and Young Dung, as you descend into the roof, you find yourselves in a smaller, looks to be a storage room of some sort. And you hear through like the single door into this room, and you hear from the other side an unfamiliar voice, which is the voice of this acolyte, like greeting your friends. So if you want to jump in and do something, let me know.
We're going into stealth mode, and
Okay.
I'm gonna listen at the door, and then I'm gonna crack the door.
Okay.
Are there any other exits to this room, or is there just the one door?
Just the one.
Okay.
Yeah. Make me a stealth check, both of you. And yeah, it looks to be just like there's a couple of crates and barrels. It looks like kind of basic supplies.
17 for me.
17.
Oh boy.
Arley.
No, I'm trying to keep this.
Oh!
It's the natch.
Oh God.
Arley is a
It
ghost that passes
it'd be
through
nice
time.
to save it for an attack roll, but
No, I like that. If our mutual friend Derek Kunskin is watching, 10 push-ups. Somebody keep track. Yeah, so you both like ghosts just kind of creep down, and Amble, I'll say, super easy. You're able to crack the door open ever so slightly, and so you see the interior of the room. You see your two.
I do like that I'm
friends.
doing everything Amble's doing, but slightly worse.
Ever so slightly.
well, earlier it was reversed.
That's true, yeah.
We flipped.
Yeah. Luckily, no one else is there to notice it and judge. So you see this, and you see the acolyte step down the step ladder, and they step towards Leonard and Bright Eyes, and again give you a much more formal and practiced kind of bow and tilt of the head than poor Mitch out on the street. And says to you, you must be the representatives from the Citadel. Very nice to meet you. Is there anything I can help you with?
We would like to speak to the voice, please.
Oh, unfortunately, the voice isn't here at the moment.
Wonderful. Where might he be that we might go find him?
Can I bite him? Can I bite this one?
No, not yet. Not yet.
It takes a step, the mention of biting, he takes a step back. I believe he went to speak to the magistrate. We were told that you'd be arriving soon, and so.
Because you know that a shard piece fell in this area.
Yeah, yes, it did. Yeah.
And you have recovered it.
I don't believe we have actually. I think that's part of why they were meeting.
I think
Can I
seeing
insight
there's
check
nothing
him?
in the storage area and hearing this, Young Dung is just gonna hop down the ladder behind him and be like, "God damn it!"
Can I see if this guy's lying? I can
I
make
sorry,
wanted to insight check.
Okay, insight check. Sorry, Young Dung, do you jump into the room?
I'll wait for this insight check and then I
Okay.
might jump into the room depending on how things shake out.
Okay, gotcha. Sorry.
Wait,
Marie,
is
go
it
ahead.
perception?
First, insight.
Oh, where's that? Oh, there.
I've
I have nothing for that.
got good insight. Can I insight check too?
Yeah, you can
Oh,
both
no,
roll.
I
Yeah.
Yes.
I got an 8.
I got a cock dice. Hang
Mammals,
on.
man.
I got a 19.
Good Lord. I look, duh.
Wait till we're in a battle. I'll be like, ah!
It'd be great. It'd be so good. So this acolyte, they seem very very poised, very calm, not nervous at all, like some of the people you saw on the street. They seem like they're being honest and forthright with you. At the mention of the shard, you notice their voice gets just ever so slightly higher for a second, as they mention the fact that, oh no, I don't think it's been recovered, which something's not right there.
I'm gonna put my hand. I did. So, did Young Dung, did you actually
Yeah,
fall
I think
down?
at this point I arrow flip my way into the room and just I'm like, damn it, let's go see the magistrate then. And I sort of pat him on the shoulder as I walk by.
Yeah, just one
How did-
second here. This might just be my imagination. Perhaps my friends could help me here, but it seems to me that you might not be completely honest when it comes to the shard. Now, you understand, as representatives of the Citadel, we have been sent here to acquire that at any cost, and also to do so at any cost, and also to go through anyone as necessary. Now, as you'll see, I have this great report that I'm working on, and I'm adding a list of names and pictures as well, so that they'll be easy to follow. What would you like it to say beside your picture? Would you like it to say very helpful, did not lie, or would you like it to say lied, not helpful?
I think at this point I lean in, I stage whisper, and I said, you also might want it to not say bitten by a large lizard man.
I'll add the checkbox.
Not Brandon. Does he have to make a poop check?
I was gonna say, Leonard, you can make me either a persuasion or an intimidation check, your choice. You're
I
kind of walking
am
the line.
amazing at neither of those.
Perfect.
Let's
If
see
she
how
gets a
this- oh,
25,
Actually, you know what though? I will say.
I did 17.
Oh, good. I was gonna say
Plus
with
2.
advantage because of Young Dung and Bright Eyes. But,
I
don't
got
think you
worse
need
the
it.
second time,
Okay.
but I got 19 altogether. I'm feeling inspired.
Nice. So yeah, they glance at this giant lizard man, and fixate on you, Leonard, and say, I would like to be helpful. I serve the Citadel. I serve the gods, as do we all. I'm being truthful that I have not seen the shard. I do not know who has the shard.
Those are very select words, my friend. So you know the shard has been recovered then. That is a fact. You just don't know exactly where it is now, and you have personally not seen it.
All of that is correct, yes. I would suspect that the voice and the magistrate might know. They might not, though, if Wallach got to it first.
Wallach, tell us about Wallach.
He's the magistrate's son. He's slightly younger than me, and this individual they look to be early to mid 20s, and they say Wallach has been talking about the shards for some time and what we use them for. He might have mentioned something about trying to get to it before anyone else. So I don't know who has it. He might, the magistrate might, but someone, either of them definitely does. And I know they mean well.
Where do you keep the other shards?
I really don't. This is a conversation. I don't know if I should be.
We are representatives of the Citadel, sent here specifically to recover the fallen shard. You want to be having this conversation with us and not anybody else. We're nice.
That's the most terrifying smile I've seen in a long time.
So nice.
You're nice.
Stop!
And I think, again, Young Dung comes in. I'm like, hey, Leonard, does Brades look hungry? He looks hungry to me.
Oh, you know what? Maybe. Oh, we didn't feed him for a while. I mean, I've been keeping track, and
Oh, I didn't bring any
Um,
snacks. Did you bring any snacks?
well,
there's no need for snacks. There's no need for snacks. Again, the few shards that we have, voice Melak typically carries one.
Let's go intimidate the voice and the magistrate. This guy doesn't know anything. Let's go intimidate them.
1 second. You might get to bite this one.
I don't have one. There is one other shard that is used by a couple of people. The magistrate usually guards it. She doesn't use it. She's not blessed with the gift of the gods. But it's within her possessions when it isn't being used.
And when it's being used, who's using it?
There's another acolyte, Amaryl. They're usually the ones who carry it. But I don't suspect they have it now. They've been sick for quite some time. So
Okay. I think you've been very, very helpful.
excellent.
That will be reflected. I don't think
No biting?
not this time, but soon. I really think soon.
Let's go kill Wallach.
I really again if I may, they mean well. Wallach means well. The magistrate means well. I don't know that they should necessarily be killed. But again, I wouldn't presume to.
They've been stealing shards from the Citadel. We're Citadel agents. I don't know what you think is happening here right now.
That's I mean
So-
that's fair. I suppose.
If you want to keep defending them, we can.
No.
continue this conversation.
If anything, no. I would not. I would not at all. I will just. Yeah, just strike that from your record, ma'am, if you may. What I just said.
You know, how about I just completely omit your name completely, or do you want me to say you were helpful?
No, helpful would be good. If
Okay.
I ever make it to the Citadel for my training.
What's your name?
What is this person's name? I don't know. Tenson.
Tenson.
Is mine. Yes.
Perfect. Henson, I will make sure that depending on how this all goes and what you may be called upon to do to help us further, I will make sure that it is very favorably reflected in this report, which will be very thorough with footnotes.
We can't threaten Tenzin. That's the Dalai Lama's name. In
Oh,
real-
right.
This character voiced by J.K. Simmons.
Yeah.
Oh,
Much deeper and older. No, thank you. I appreciate your consideration.
all right. Well, thank you. I guess where will we find the voice and the magistrate? I believe my friends are enthusiastic to meet them.
They're typically at the magistrate's office. I suspect that they're there.
All right.
I'm gonna stealth my ass back out the way I came.
Nice.
Nice.
So that-
Nice.
Oh yeah, no,
Tenzin.
they haven't seen you yet. That's right.
Yeah, Tenzin never even knows that I was there.
Nice, love it, awesome,
Brilliant.
cool,
And I'll meet the gang outside.
perfect. All right, yeah. So before you gather outside, yeah, just a quick check. Anyone need like a bio break or anything like that? Since we're getting at 10 o'clock. No, we're good. Good.
I'm okay. Everybody okay?
Lovely, perfect. Audience okay. Can't see anybody, so
Give me 2 minutes
sure.
because I do a little bit of here, like because the snow is coming down pretty good here, and I've just got a call, like a thing from them. They want a little bit of.
Okay.
Is
So we'll take a 2-minute quick stretch break.
that okay?
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, no, I planned on doing one at some point tonight. So,
Okay.
audience, we'll be back in a couple of minutes. Go stretch, grab something to keep yourself awake.
Also,
We're all
the dog-
leveling up, right?
crazy.
Oh, obviously, yeah. Just
Yeah.
right to level 10.
Oh, nice. Okay, I'm gonna select some spells. Okay, be right back.
Hops me out. Hop me out. Go. Holy jeez.
Arley, it's just the two of us right now.
Hello.
How's it going?
It's good. How are you?
I'm good. Oh, Marie's there.
Hi.
Did you ever rewrite that thing?
Oh, I did.
How did it feel?
You know what? It felt good. Yeah, no, and thank you for the advice on that.
We're still live, just by the way.
Oh yeah, that's why we're being very cagey.
Oh, okay. Oh, I love
Yeah.
KG.
Cagey
We
is
know
so
what
good.
we're talking.
We know, but no one else knows.
No one
I know.
else.
I know what you're talking about.
It's one of those.
Yeah, actually, yeah, Marie read it, so yeah, so she knows. But yeah, no, the advice was huge. What is Ace? Ooh.
Nice.
Pineapple cider.
Oh, that sounds good.
Oh, that's cool.
Where can I get that in Canada?
I don't know. Y'all drink weird things up there.
Whoa,
Uh,
whoa,
I mean,
easy. Don't get me started on how you Americans do tea, because I will.
oh, and you drink pop. You
What do you-
drink soda for breakfast. What is that?
What do you mean how we do tea?
You know, nobody knows how to do tea.
Iced tea.
Well, okay, that's a whole different thing. But no, in terms of boiling water and boiling in the water in a microwave and.
Oh, I don't do that.
Okay.
I have a hot water heater.
Okay, you're absolved.
Oh, I have a electric kettle.
Oh, so you're good.
Perfect. You're fine then.
Well, I used to work at a coffee shop, so
Oh yeah, I remember. Yeah, we talked about this. That's right.
I'm the exception, and I only drink soda at movies.
Perfect. I know. I normally, I'm the same. Not that I've been to a movie in a year, but I'm my D12 mug is full of Pepsi right now to keep myself awake.
Wow. Getting caffeinated.
So much caffeine. I'm not going to sleep at all tonight.
The last movie I saw in a theater was Tenet because theaters opened for like a heartbeat, and then, and then we reviewed it for Locust.
Halfway through
nice.
the movie, it closed.
I haven't seen your review, so I don't know how you feel about it, but from my perspective,
I know
boy,
how
what
you
a
feel
waste
about
of
it.
sitting in a theater.
So I know how you feel about it.
This wasn't
Still
worth testing it.
Enraged by that movie.
Aw.
That's kind of what I've heard.
This dude,
Hold on, Mark, you're muted. Hold on.
Monster Energy.
this dude, I went to see it at the IMAX, and there's like 4 people total in the whole IMAX,
Wow.
and this dude is sitting like 2 seats down, and I'm like, it's COVID.
Yeah,
You
just
could move
Anywhere else.
a bit farther down.
Shuffle.
The theater's empty, you know, just
yeah.
Love it. Oh no, we lost Mark.
DongWon, I spent IMAX money on Tenet. How do you feel about that?
I respect the decision to go, and I'm so sorry that that's how you ended up having to spend your money.
Do you also hate The Matrix?
No, I love The Matrix. I think The Matrix is incredible.
Okay.
Like one, or do you like two?
Yeah, what are we talking about here?
Yeah, I've been rewatching the
define
trilogy. We watched 2 recently, and I was like, it was a thing where like maybe my memory is wrong, and this movie is better than I thought it was. And I'm afraid to report that it is not better than I remembered.
It is not good.
No, it's just not that good.
No.
I really wanted it to be, but anyways.
I'm sorry.
I've rewatched the original Matrix in addition to watching the second one, and I have to say that is just as good as I remember.
Nice.
Yep.
I actually just watched Matrix as well, just a little while ago. And yes, I agree. It does hold up.
That movie just whips, man. It's just good. Like, yeah.
Awesome.
I'm just
Great.
going to report, it's bloody cold out there.
That's not surprising.
And since we started this, it's actually snowed 4 centimeters here.
How much is that in real people measure?
Whoa.
Like inch and a half, but why do you keep this up?
Take 10 points of
I was gonna
psychic
ask how
damage,
cold
Arley.
it was, but then I would also have to ask how cold it is in real people temperatures. So.
Well,
I'm sorry that the rest of the world,
We've all agreed except you.
except for you. It's fine.
God, I have to deal with this bloody American all the bloody time. And it's really annoying.
Language, DongWon, that's a really crazy cuss word for them.
Oh, I thought it was just what happens when you cut yourself. I get
I
it.
know.
All right.
Mark, we're sorry. We're so sorry. This is getting out of hand. Very uncomfortable.
Hey, I just want to point out that it was snowing in Galveston today.
Oh yeah, it's
I saw
crazy.
it.
It was what, -9 down there? Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Absolutely
bananas.
outrageous.
Yeah,
It's bananas. Now California's not seeing anything interesting,
Mhm.
but like the rest of the entire freaking continent is. This is one
Well,
of the nutsiest
yeah.
storms I think I've ever seen.
And having grown up down south, like the way winter weather hits down there, it is a genuine disaster. There's no preparation for it. There's no infrastructure for it.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
when I was in college, we got, I think, 1.5 inches of ice, and everyone ended up living in the dorms because they had their own generators for a good 3 weeks. You get professors shacked up in their offices. I had 4 people in my tiny dorm room just trying to get out of the cold. It's bad.
Where was that?
That was brutal.
That was Durham, North Carolina.
If you're not set up for cold, that's not good. Like,
well, the thing is, all the power lines are above ground, right? Because they're
Yeah.
not built for ice. So you get a certain amount of snow, and all the power goes out because all the trees come down, and there's not regular ice, so the trees don't come down either until they all do at once.
That's it.
Anyways.
Yeah, and then a lot of the places down south don't have plows. They don't have salters.
Yeah.
So there's no way for them to deal with ice on the road. So like, imagine if Ottawa had no plows, no salters at all, and you had to drive around. I mean,
and people don't have snow
Americans.
tires.
Yeah,
But
exactly.
it's like,
no experience in driving
actually-
in the snow, none of that.
No, that's it.
But yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
No, I don't think it's fun for people who are trapped there. So I
Yeah.
hope it goes well and happy and
Yeah.
For sure.
Hopefully. All right.
I'm gonna be stuck in a truck stop in
We're
Grimsby
not.
for the rest of the night. So just in case you're wondering.
Got this.
you got this.
Okay, so let's shall we jump back into this? Thank you for
Okay.
indulging us, audience, as we talked about weather and temperatures that don't make sense.
And correct measurements.
No, Arley.
How many rods to the furlong does your car get?
No.
I don't even know what
Okay, so before we jump back into the game itself, and you go, shake down a magistrate. Marie and I were going to announce something tonight, and we'll do it now as opposed to at the end of the night, just because in case people don't last until midnight or however long we end up going to. If the rest of you will indulge us for just a second.
Yeah, go for it.
So Marie, do you want to announce it? Do you want me to announce it? I forget what we discussed we were going to do. I can do it.
If
you
you're
wanna do it?
ready for it, go
I'm
for
ready
it.
for it.
Put enthusiasm. I'm great.
So much enthusiasm. Okay, so oh god, she's taking notes. So so obviously we're all gaming and D&D enthusiasts here. And so on the sidelines throughout 2020, Marie and I and another member of our programming team, Evan May, have been working on a little RPG project of our own. So we're doing the writing, doing the world building. It's 5th edition based for this little product that we're calling Roars and Rust, which involves monsters and robots and viruses and all sorts of stuff, and it is set in an alternate kind of post-apocalyptic Ottawa, so Canadian setting, but yeah, with monsters and robots and all sorts of stuff. And so we've set up the Twitter account, which is at Roars and Rust, with a little bit of the artwork that's going to appear in the guide, which is there for you to see. So if you want to go check that out, stay tuned. We're going to be doing like tweets and stuff, kind of introducing the world a little bit until we get to starting to launch it. So you were the first to hear about it here at this event. So we want to let you folks know.
That's awesome.
Hey.
That sounds super fun.
Whenever there is an Origins gaming fair again, and we can go to it, I am one of their author guests, and I have a origin story in their origin anthology for Roars and Rust, which whenever that happens. So, yay! Thank you, Brandon. That was excellent.
I do what I can.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Well, congratulate us when we finish it.
I had just a hair of a moment where I was like, wait, is are they about to pitch DongWon right now? Like, that's not what you do, y'all. That is not what you do.
DongWon, this
Okay.
great idea.
It's like,
Excuse me.
Everyone
my,
just
my
pause.
camera's malfunctioning.
Oh no.
Okay, DongWon said, Arley, we know this isn't, you're not an agent, however.
yeah, I had just a moment of like, oh, no.
Oh, that's hilarious. No, we're
Oh,
not
man.
that bad.
That would have been bad. Okay, so diving back in.
Sorry, the dog was eating something she should not have been eating. So
Don't stop
That's like
feeding
your
the dog.
character will be doing in the game.
Yeah.
So just
Yeah, so sorry, so diving back in. Yeah, you leave the kind of the voices tower with the, incredibly intricate hands. And yeah, I'm presuming you're heading for the kind of the magistrate's office.
we're excited, I think.
Yes,
Yeah.
but when we start getting close,
Mhm.
I think DongWon and I are gonna, when we get like where they can potentially start to see us from windows,
Okay.
we're probably gonna stealth. We're gonna do a
Mhm.
similar routine, I think.
Okay.
Do
That's
you
Okay.
also want to go around back this time again, or okay,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Yes,
yeah,
I'm gonna guidance DongWon.
element of surprise.
All right. I'm digging it.
In case
That's
we
Um,
need
I'm gonna go through
to
the front door, Leonard.
So
Perfect.
should we make stealth checks now then, or
Yeah, go ahead and make them. I'll ask for them in just a second. So as you're making your way through town, it catches your attention like immediately that the kind of minimal traffic that you were seeing around town has gone down even more. All right, you're eating food, yay! So the minimal traffic has gone down even more than it had previously. Like you catch sight of maybe one or two people. It looks like the town is giving you some serious space as you are making your way. So some sort of word has gotten around. And yeah, so as you start approaching the magistrate's office, what were your stealth rolls?
18.
Okay,
18 here as well?
nice.
Ooh.
That's with the guidance. So
Stealth party, guys.
Now we're matching up.
we're in sync.
Ready?
See how we do. Yeah, so you're able. So the magistrate's office itself is like I said, it's near the center of town. You were told this before. It's kind of set on this kind of irregularly shaped pavilion with that's filled with kind of stubby dark brown grass, and the building itself is kind of this long rectangle. And there's this pounded metal sign in front of it that says Ren Hollow, born of effort, just beside what appears to be the front entrance. The building itself, like I said, it's one story, like most of the buildings around here. Looks to be made of brick. It's got a flat roof, so unlike most of the buildings that you've seen. There is beside the door, there's these kind of 3 loops of braided metal pinned next to the door, which is typically used to mark, the local magistrate. It's a pretty common symbol that you've seen in other towns.
3 loops in like a triangle?
No, in like a row, like so.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it was grandfather Nurgle, and I was going to get very concerned.
And any similar symbols out there in various fandoms, that are copywritten, totally. Yeah. So there's also, you can see there's a space to the left of the building, kind of fenced off. That you can't, like, you'd have to kind of circle around to get a closer look at it, but there is some sort of other area there. Young Dung and Amble, how would you like to approach since you're going in?
Does
all
this
stealth?
building have windows?
It does. This one does. Can you imagine if it's like a party's nightmare? No
Yeah,
windows
exactly.
anywhere.
No window.
It's like,
Yeah,
just don't like rogues, huh?
Yep. Someone's planned ahead. No. Yeah. So there's kind of like square frosted glass windows all over the place.
Yeah, so I feel like maybe circling around back and seeing if there's ingress over there.
Sure. Yeah. And then I imagine Bright Eyes and Leonard, you're gonna head
Straight through the front door.
Okay.
That's our thing.
All right. Are you just kind of walking in, or are you gonna knock?
Yeah.
Or...
No,
I'm going to walk in while yelling, Leroy Jenkins!
Waiting for it.
Just gonna walk in.
Okay, because the two of you walk in.
I'm gonna loom behind Marie's character. I'm gonna do a lot of looming.
Done.
So
I will enjoy having a scary person behind me.
there you go.
Perfect. So Young Dung and Amble, you loop around the back, and you don't immediately see a back door. There was a lot of windows, but then as you kind of loop around, you see this fenced off area, and you realize it's actually a long archery range that's set up along the side of this building. And within that fenced in area, you can see another smaller door pretty close to you. It's about 15 feet from where the fence meets the building. That would be your other point of ingress if you want to use it.
Can we check that for traps, locks, etc.?
Please do.
That'd be a 10 for me. As my trap rolling continues.
Does not appear to be trapped.
You're fine.
So if he got a 1, would he make his own trap and then follow?
I guess you just trip and hit yourself in the face with the door.
There you go.
Ow! Damn it. It does not appear to be trapped.
Okay.
It also does not appear to be locked.
All right, let's ease that door open and slip in the building.
Perfect. Yeah, so you slip in and you find yourselves in what appears to be a small office. There's like kind of a long stone desk, kind of angled in one of the corners. Just a little rectangular thing. Next to it, bookshelf, kind of a small kind of lounge chair across from the desk. Pretty basic sort of office setup. And you see as you're kind of peeking your way in, there's a door. Like if you're standing here, there's a door at about a 90-degree angle, presumably leading into the rest of the building. You can see a figure stepping through that door into whatever lays on the other side, which Leonard and Bright Eyes, you see as you enter the building. It looks like kind of the main hall of this or this front entrance, some sort of like meeting gathering area, probably for the town. Much more ordered chairs facing each other than what you saw in the Voices Tower. And across from the front entrance, about 40 feet or so, you can see this woman stepping through the door towards you. Elven woman, slim build, long black hair in a ponytail. Is there anything else I need from her description? Yeah, she looks to be wearing a kind of a simple blue colored tunic with kind of a brown vest. One of the first splashes of color that you've seen aside from the Acolyte's green robe. And you notice that she has a bow strapped to her back. So she's prepared. And she definitely looks like she's about to head out. And she sees the two of you, stops in the doorway, pauses and says, "Balls, I didn't think you were going to get here this quick."
Can I wave at Leonard from behind and give her a thumbs up?
Yes, you can. Make me Leonard, make me a deception check. I'm going to call this a deception check. I don't know if this is but
nope.
I got 16.
Okay.
To make sure that I don't go up.
Yeah, but so Leonard, you see Young Dung wave, and you manage to school your expression so that you don't give away their presence. This elven woman who you presume is the magistrate, pauses in the doorway and she's not going for her bow or anything, but she kind of stops where she is and says, I know why you're here. I want you to know we don't mean any harm or shady business. We can talk this out.
That's wonderful. Why don't...
Can I bite this one?
Give it a sec. Maybe. Yeah, maybe. Don't worry. There will be somebody. I can sense it. While we are talking without weapons, and I'll just kind of gently pat Bright Eyes to just calm down. It's all good.
On this note.
Perhaps you could begin by giving over the pieces of shard that you are keeping.
You are going in hard and direct, my friend.
I figured you would appreciate no less.
I do. You have to know that we don't want to give over our shards easily. You weren't even supposed to know that we had any.
But here we are, and we know. So you know this can only go one of two ways. Either you cooperate and hand us the shards, or we try to take them by force. If we fail, somebody else will come, and we've already sent a very thorough report back.
See, I know you haven't. I know you haven't sent a report back because it's not possible for you to have sent a report back.
Oh, really? Have you heard of spells?
Yes, I have, as you well know. But thank you.
I hear that you can't use magic, and I understand that. But please be aware that that's not something that all of us have an issue with.
Fighting now?
Fair.
Soon.
As she responds, she kind of steps further into the room, still keeping her distance from you, but kind of like walking in front of the wall at the other end of the room, and says, see, this is exactly the sort of thing that Tovis is always talking about. The Citadel with their, he calls it tyrannical ways. And I always said to him, no, they don't mean it as tyranny. They think they're doing their best. But he keeps going on and on and on and on. And I was so hoping that I'd be able to show him.
Can I just attack her now?
You totally can.
Yeah, I'm gonna attack her from stealth at this point. Like she's like full on villain mask up, and I think Youngna's like, no, we're done with this.
Okay. I'll say she has not noticed you there. You roll high in your stealth. So make me an attack, and then we'll, depending on what happens, we might drop into initiative.
Do I have? As a bonus action, I can move. Oh, that's cool. Sorry. Do I have advantage on this attack?
I'll say yeah.
Okay, great.
I don't know if that's rules as written, folks, but I'm allowing it.
DM rules.
If Young is attacking, I'm gonna back Young's play by.
By what? Sorry, Arley?
Sorry.
If Young is attacking, I'm gonna back Young's play by also attacking.
Okay. All right. So I'm just gonna let them go, and then we'll see what happens with initiative.
Okay.
I don't think anyone was expecting an attack. So.
Right. Hold on.
Least of all her.
Right.
I mean,
How far away is she from us?
From the door, like 15 feet, maybe, and about 40 feet from Leonard and.
Oh my God! This went sideways so fast. I thought it was I'm thinking it's.
I didn't actually think it's a good thing I made stats for her. I didn't think I was going to need them.
Leonard was going to chat it out, but hey, it's all good.
Well, I think it's going to be fine because that's going to be a 12 to hit.
Oh. What were you trying to hit? That was with advantage.
5 and a 6.
The rest of the combat in this one shot is going to be amazing. So what were you trying to hit her with?
My rapier.
Okay, yeah. Young Dung comes bursting up from the room, swinging the rapier. She hears you coming, spins around, ducks out of the way, and I'm gonna have everybody roll initiative.
Great.
Oh dear God!
With advantage, DongWon.
Yeah, thank you.
Well, I'm going to ask.
Do I get my attack first, or do I roll initiative?
I'm gonna have you roll initiative.
Okay.
Yeah, that's an 18 for me.
I apologize to the folks at home. I don't have a map ready for this, so we're just gonna have to theater the mind this.
It's a rectangular room.
Yeah, okay, fine. Everyone can follow along.
Oh my God!
Anyone have above a 20?
I have I forgot to add my thing though. I have 14.
Okay.
I have 4.
I
Wow.
have 11.
Okay. For anyone have better than a 14? Oh, this is gonna be great.
DongWon did, I think. Did you?
Oh, yeah, I have an 18.
Oh, 18. Sorry.
I was just confused by something about my stats, and I was trying to figure out why it was like that.
Okay, so 14. Marie, what do you got?
I got 11. I'm enjoying the show. I'm just like, oh, there we go.
And then poor Bright Eyes has a 4.
Finally, you get to bite someone.
Yeah, there you go.
Maybe.
Maybe we'll see. So so Magistrate Baranor gets to go first.
That's not good.
Nope. So she pivots around, reaches to her to her waist, pulls out a short sword, which I should have mentioned she had in her description before. I apologize. And she is going to come striking in towards you. Let me see if she can hit you. I'm going to roll all of her attacks at the once. Oh, this is going to be great. So first one is 24 to hit.
Oh, wow.
I rolled really well, just to be clear.
Yeah.
I imagine the second one, which is a 23, also hits.
Yes, both of those going to hit.
And then a 20, not natural, because she gets 3.
That will also hit. Yeah, so she gets 3 strikes in on me right away.
Yes, she does. Yeah, she's got a multi-attack.
Wow. Are you looking bloodied?
Let's find
Well,
out.
let's see what the damage is.
Luckily, she doesn't do a whole ton of damage, though. But
They're fine.
She wouldn't.
So that is 13. That is 16 points of damage total for all 3 strikes.
16? Okay, great.
Yeah. So all of a sudden, it was moving faster than you expect her to.
Yeah.
Cut with her short sword. She can't get away from you, unfortunately.
I think I just step back and say, that didn't go as I expected.
Actually, it's now your turn.
Okay. I'm going to attack again. God, I am rolling like crap. That's a 15 to hit.
15 will hit.
Okay, great. So that's a 1d8 plus 4. For 6 points of damage.
Okay.
I have it in my head that I get to use my sneak attack when I'm the only person engaging her. I'm having trouble finding that now.
I don't think so, unless you have a particular.
No, it's like a swashbuckler thing.
Oh.
You'd mentioned that before.
Yeah. Which I hope is true because I kind of built this character around that.
I remember us talking about that. I should have saved your character sheet. I don't have it right on me.
Hold on, I'm just clicking through it real quick right now.
No worries.
Archetype, swashbuckler,
is there anything else you want to do this turn, DongWon? Because we can always.
I'm gonna attack with my offhand as well.
Okay, let's do that, and then we can add the.
Yeah, and then I'll figure out what's going on there. That's gonna miss.
Okay, yeah. So you managed to, find a weak part in. It turns out she's like as you strike in, you notice she's wearing some sort of armor underneath her tunic, but you managed to find a weak spot on it, and cut through that. Second one, as she kind of grunts and dodges out of the way. No joy with the second one. Amble, it is your turn.
Okay. I'm just gonna attack.
Okay, with what?
With my longsword, bro.
All right.
I have a longsword and a shield and all that good stuff. So.
Okay, do it.
Okay. Are you gonna tell me the AC, or I just tell you what I roll?
I will let you know when you tell me your roll.
I see how you are. Okay, my roll is a 13. Let me check my bonuses.
Oh, I see. Okay, it's my rakish audacity.
Okay.
I get to use sneak attack against creature if I'm within 5 feet of it. No other creatures are within 5 feet of me, and I don't have disadvantage.
Okay, yeah, all that would apply. So yeah, so you can roll your sneak attack damage on one, and I'll add it in.
Great.
Arley, what's your attack?
16.
16 will hit.
Oh, cool. Okay, I'll roll damage. Wait, it's 1d8. Damage is 5 points.
All right.
That's an extra 6 point of sneak attack damage for me.
An extra 6.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she did not like that. Yeah, so both of you, you managed to, find little chinks in her armor. She's still looking pretty good. She definitely felt both of those. Anything? I know the guys do this, DongWon. Sorry. Anything you want to do with your bonus actions?
I use my bonus action to make my offhand attack.
Oh, you did. Right. Sorry.
I could move, but I'm not going to. I'm just going to stay here
Okay.
for a minute.
Arley, anything you want to do with your bonus action?
I don't have anything cool to do at this time.
All right. Holding on to the coolness. Leonard.
I'm going to. How far am I from her now?
About 40 feet.
Okay, I'm going to get about 20 feet closer.
Okay, so you're about halfway, like basically in the middle of the room at this point.
Can I tell her something and then do an action?
Sure. Something short.
Yeah, I'm just going to say, put down your weapons and tell us everything we want to know, and we may go easy on you.
Okay. Make me a persuasion check.
Sure. Oh, yeah, I got this. 6.
Okay. Noted.
We're not going to go easy on you, but okay. And then I'm going to touch my piece of shard, which is somewhere on my neck,
Yep.
probably, and I'm going to hold out my hand where a small light will erupt, and then it will glitter towards and surround her. I need you to cast a dexterity saving throw, please.
What if I don't want to, Marie?
You have to.
That is a 15.
That is a fail. My DC is 16.
Damn.
So you take only 6 points of radiant damage. Yeah, 6 points of radiant damage.
Okay.
That was a sacred flame.
Oh, okay. And so the next attack on her has advantage, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Yeah,
I think of a
that's
different
true.
spell. Okay.
Yeah, the next creature moving through the target.
I might be thinking of something else.
No, I think you're thinking of something else.
I'm thinking of guiding bolt. Ignore me.
Guiding bolt. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Okay.
But if you want to give us,
Nah, it's fine.
I mean, it's fine.
Totally fine. Also, I got blurry all of a sudden. How do I fix this, Marie?
Oh yeah, you did.
That's how. Or
Maybe
just
try one finger instead of your whole hand.
Oh.
Give it one thing.
and then
Yeah,
bring
so-
it back slowly to your face.
No.
It's fine. Do you want to move at all? Or move any further, I should say.
No, I'm gonna stay within my 20 feet. And does anybody look terribly hurt?
I don't know, young Dung, maybe.
I'm at 26 out of 42. It's not terrible.
Okay, perfect. So I will kind of shift a little bit more towards him, but not too close in case I need to move quickly to apply some healing.
Okay, sounds good. Bright eyes.
I'm still trying to figure out why we're attacking this person all this
You
sudden.
finally get to
Nowhere.
attack somebody.
Bite!
I think I just yell, hey, Bright Eyes, you can bite this one.
Okay. I'm gonna use a bite.
Okay, yeah, so you run up to her, which you have just enough movement to do it. So,
Oh,
God.
16.
Yeah, 16 will hit.
Plus attack bonus plus 7. Yep.
Oh, gods, yeah.
Okay, so I get 1d6 plus 4.
Okay.
And that would be. Oh, hang on. Oh, no, there it is. Hold on. Oh, 3 plus 4, 7. Oh.
Ooh.
Still good.
Okay. Yeah, so you managed to like chomp onto her sword arm, and tear away with flesh and blood sprays on the floor, and she stumbles back away from you, and on her turn looks at these 3 attackers who are now surrounding her, with Leonard off the way, and takes a moment and says, okay, I had planned to talk before somebody focuses on young Dung, stepped out of the shadows. Let's talk, if that's acceptable.
I said you kept reaching for that boat, and you made it clear you weren't on our side. So hand over your weapons, and we can talk.
Okay, I'm going to hand you my short sword. She holds the short sword towards young Dung. I'm going to reach for my bow. Sets it on the ground. It's not exactly kind treatment for the magistrate of a town, but I'll accept it. If I had it, I wouldn't be able to use it. But Don't you think I would just give it to you right now and settle all of this without any more
You didn't
injury?
answer my question. This is why you got attacked.
I'm going to step up beside Amble, and I'm going to look to the magistrate and say, I am going to cast a zone of truth around you, which will compel you to tell the truth. As a sign of good faith on your part, you will not resist my spell.
I don't know that that's necessary if we're entering into a negotiation.
I just want to make sure that you're not deceiving me. I think you understand why.
Magistrate, I don't know
Yes.
why you think we're entering a negotiation.
This is what we like to call an interrogation. I should know I've been on your side of it many times.
See, and
You
this
do
is...
know what the word conspiracy means, yes?
Yes, I have an education. I'm aware of a conspiracy. Tovis keeps getting proven right again and again. Fine, cast your spell, my dear.
I hold up. I brought a piece of shard for you.
Oh,
I hold up the piece of shard and wave it over her eyes, and then I cast Zone of Truth, which you would have to make a saving throw unless you're not resisting. It's a charisma saving throw. I will know if she resists.
Okay, what's the DC?
16.
Okay, you do feel her attempt to resist it, but she is apparently not strong enough.
I narrow my eyes, but I don't let the others know that she tried to resist it because I'd like to get some information before they carve her to pieces.
Notice her like relax a little bit. So you notice her relax a little bit and is seemingly waiting for your questions. There's still a little bit of attitude on her face, but a little bit of relax.
Where's the shard?
I don't know exactly where it is, but I think I know, and I think I know who has it.
Who has it?
My son, fool that he is.
Wallach?
Yes, that would be him.
Where's Wallach?
If I know my son as well as I think I do, I think he's hiding in one of our geothermal stations.
And where would he hide the shard?
If he hasn't secreted it somewhere there, it's probably on his person. As soon as he discovered that he could use the shards, didn't seem too eager to give one of them up.
Where are the other shards?
And you can tell she is still trying to fight the effects of this, but for the she can't beat the zone of truth.
I say, I like to see you struggle.
ooh,
Wow.
wow, that's
I
either
think I'm
dark.
standing behind Emlyn and just playing with the point of my rapier, just
how long does Zone of Truth last again, Marie?
10 minutes.
Oh God, it's okay.
We got all night, baby. We got all night.
I can cast it multiple
We
times.
just started. I'm going to get into her browser history now. What's on the hard drives under her bed? We're getting into the secrets.
Damn. I totally forgot what the question was earlier. I'm sorry.
Where are the other shards?
Where there's shards. Tovis has one. The other one is in a box in my office.
Go get that.
Can Tovis use the shards?
Yes.
And what can Tovis do in terms of using the shards, and what can Wallach do in terms of using the shards?
Wallach, I don't know. Honestly, I don't. We only found out that recently that he was able to use the shards. I tried to keep our existing ones away from him, but he was insistent on, as soon as we knew that a new one was falling our way, he was insistent on using it. That's why I think he's the one who has it. But I don't know. I honestly don't. Tovis has always had an affinity for metal and weapons and armor. It's kind of forge-based magic. He can also he's particularly good at protecting people with magic, mending things with magic, that sort of thing.
Where's Tovis?
He was out searching for Wallach. I can only hope that he's found my son by now so that we can end this peacefully. That's where I was headed, was to try to convince him to give over the shard. That was the plan all along, was just to give you this one and hopefully not have any trouble.
If you don't want to get stabbed in the future, you should lead with that.
I would have if you didn't come bursting into my office, into my home.
Oh, I'm sorry. Were we too rude for you? Is that what you're saying?
Actually, yes, you
Is
were
there
a
any
little rude.
security
You were,
around the
your
shard?
tone is
How do
actually a
we-
little rude. This zone of truth thing really works.
Hey, Brandon, can I go lumbering into her office to go take the shard?
Sure, make me an investigation check.
Ooh, do I have investigation?
I have no idea.
I do not.
This is
But-
gonna be great.
Yeah,
Got
cocked.
this.
Hang on. It's cocked. Hold on. Oh, that's not good. 5.
Okay. As you're young Dung, and you're going back and forth with the magistrate, you hear Bright Eyes. You just kind of crashing and like stuff being thrown around. Is he? There are valuable things in there. I would really prefer if he didn't.
Oh, could you list the valuable things and tell me where they are?
I would prefer not to.
No, you have to now.
I don't think I have to.
I'm sorry. The zone of truth spell might compel you.
She starts rattling off, and with like value, you know, she describes a couple of things made of rare crystal. She mentions that she has like a secret kind of money belt hidden in the third drawer of her desk. And then she mentions the shard, which is she says it's in a little felt-lined wooden box tucked into the bottom of her bookshelf. And a couple of necklaces. It's pretty pedestrian stuff, but
I yoinked the money belt and
Okay.
the rest of it.
perfect. Yeah. Easy.
And
Point out to Bright Eyes where the
Okay.
shard is.
Yeah, yes. The whole room is just a chaos. But yeah, you find this box which has the shard inside, which is just this kind of misshapen, kind of blue-green crystal. Sorry, Arley, go ahead.
does Amaryl still have a shard?
No. The one that wasn't in my destroyed office is the one that Amaryl would use.
Hey, GM, can we use the shards?
Yeah, anybody who's a caster can use it. So basically everybody but Marco.
So what would they do?
Essentially, like you all have little shards of your own. Like it's basically serves as a magical focus.
Okay.
So
But having
nothing
a second
particularly.
one wouldn't have an extra benefit. Okay.
No.
Great.
Yeah, functionally no.
So what you're saying? It's not warp stone, right? Is that what you're saying?
No. That would be nice though, wouldn't it?
Well, then I'd have to be Skaven, and then we'd really have some fun.
Amazing. So the magistrate is still just kind of standing there.
So you said Wallach is probably over at the
Geothermal plant.
geothermal plant. Draw us a map of the plant, of the interior. So that
I'll do my best. Do you have a piece
on
of
the ground
parchment?
is fine. We're all smart.
All right, so she starts, feeling a little put out. She starts drawing a rudimentary map, and explains that she figures her son is at so the town has 4 kind of geothermal stations. One of them was damaged in an earthquake, so it's not operating right now. She figures that's where he's gone. So it's currently abandoned, currently inoperable, and she sketches out a layout of the interior of this, which is mostly corridors and like kind of small monitoring rooms, as well as and the only reason I'm not showing it to you is because I there are things I don't want you to see. So there's a series of catwalks as well that are basically suspended over this crack in the earth. So the main station is underground. So you enter it, go down a little flight of stairs. But she sketches it out for you, so you know what the layout is, and I'll describe it when you get there.
And where in here will Wallach most likely be?
If I were him, I would be in the furthest corner from the entrance. There's a lot of little nooks and crannies where you could hide, but it's not a safe place. As soon as it became inoperable, we know that some of the creatures from the break are going to be crawling around in there. Nobody is supposed to be going in there.
Let's go there.
I really would not recommend it.
Let's go there.
All right. If I may, I honestly, we were going to return the shard to the Citadel. The ones that we have, we've simply been using to improve our lot here, to give this town a little bit more independence. My son was not thinking. Please, if you can, just return him in one piece. He'll suffer whatever justice needs to be meted out, but I just want him back alive.
You know, I've met a lot of law keepers in my day, and the ones that I've met were disinclined to show me mercy for any reasons I might have had for doing what I did. Now, I find it interesting that when your family is threatened, when it's one of yours, your tone changes very quickly. We'll bring him back how we find him.
I'll tell you what, when we ask him where the shard is, it'll help him a lot if he just turns it over.
Well, then I guess all I can do is hope that he does. What would you like me to do in the meantime?
You might want to clean up your office. It's kind of a mess in there.
And stay here, out of the way.
So Tovis and
Paperwork is
Wallach
terrible.
have the other shards, right? There are no other shards besides the one.
Those are the only ones that we have in town. Just the two. And the new one. So 3 total.
So has Tovis gone rogue then? You mentioned that he had issues with the Citadel?
It was his plan originally to use the shards and hide the shards. When this new one landed, he suggested keeping it. I told him no. He's supposed to be convincing Wallach to come back peacefully and turn it over, but to be honest, he's angrier and more removed from the Citadel than I am.
All right. That's good to know. Thank you.
So we managed to attack the one good guy. Okay, it's good. It's good to know.
They're not good.
You know, like, she could have done
They're
a lot of
not
things
the only-
differently. Yeah, she's
They're
kept
not
the
the
shards this
only
whole
town
time.
who needs shards.
Yeah,
It's the Citadel's job to deal with the shards.
she's a hypocrite. She's been betraying her oath of office this entire time.
Pretty much, yeah.
I have no regrets about standing her in the back.
So
I
I
say-
say right away commenting on the American political situation right now. So let's go over to the geothermal plant.
I would never be political.
No,
Never.
of course not.
Any
Never. No politics.
or
No
circumstance.
Mhm.
No politics.
So
I say don't leave town until we're finished with our investigation.
Again, where I will stay right here and clean up my office, apparently. Perfect. All right. So you folks make your way towards where the geothermal plants are, and like I mentioned before, there's 4 of them that are along this kind of massive crack in the earth. The one that is, and again, like the magistrate kind of points you towards the one that is currently inoperable, but even though it's not currently functional, and this kind of large, like misshapen, haphazard metal building, kind of like very similar to in structure to like a small geothermal plant or power plant like we have, only looking a little bit more industrial revolution style. Even though it's not operating right now, as you get closer to this edge of town, it does start to feel a little bit warmer as you're approaching this break. Like this massive canyon, this massive crack in the earth goes, and you know this from just the general geography of your world, goes all the way down to like the mantle, and so there's a little bit of heat coming up from this place. And following the kind of the map and the details that the magistrate gave you, you know that there is basically the only entrance is this heavy metal door at the kind of the south edge of the building that will lead you into the facility, down a flight of stairs, and then into kind of the subterranean control rooms and corridors.
Dungeon crawl.
Oh yeah.
We
What's a
got
one shot
this.
without a dungeon crawl? So you approach the double doors. Again, how would you like to proceed? What would you like to do? I turn it over to you.
I mean, one thing we could do if you're interested, but that's up to you, is I do have the clairvoyance spell. So if we just kind of hang out, I could send my spirit ahead to basically have a look in and see what traps might be waiting or what enemies might be hidden where, or I could do that if you wanted a short rest so that young Dung could get his hit points, their hit points back as well. That's something that could be done.
You can heal too, right?
I can heal. Yeah, I have a bunch of healing potions. There's no like healing cantrip, so I'd have to use a healing spell, which I'll keep for the battle in case we need it like really last minute. But I did bring healing potions with my money. I mostly bought healing potions, so I can give one to you, young Dung, too, if you just want to heal right away.
Yeah, I think because a short rest would be a full hour, so I'm worried that they would, change what's happening inside. So
that's fair.
If you can spare a healing potion, I would take that.
Yeah, I'll give you a superior. So it's 4d4 plus 4, so that should hopefully bring you back up to full.
You don't have lay on hands? That's not a cleric thing?
That's a paladin thing.
My other character.
Or an Aasimar thing. Right.
Yeah, my other character is an Aasimar paladin. So.
Nice. I have an Aasimar bard. Oh, we should have an Aasimar game.
Oh my god. Let's do that.
I'm back to max, by the way. That thing filled me all the way up. So.
Perfect. Does anybody else need anything? Anybody need a snack? No, we're all good. We can head in. So what's our plan here? Just heading in, like, are we taking prisoners? Are we getting the shards back?
If you want to use clairvoyance, I'm fine with it. And I'm also fine with, if we say, give us the shard, and they give us the shard, I'm fine with being chill. But if we say, give us the shard, and they don't give us the shard, I have a feeling that a certain person, a certain orc might become belligerent, and I will back their play if they do. So
I shrug and said, I was just going to knock her out.
Oh, we believe that.
Did Mama tell you to knock? Or
how do we feel? And I'm just gonna kind of like, we've done things together before. We've adventured together, like, and Leonard's being a little bit careful. Like we mentioned that we might not hand all of the shards back to the Citadel. How do we feel about the Citadel?
Oh,
just asking.
I mean, the election's coming up. Everybody, if you don't vote, you can't really complain about what happens in the Citadel.
Not much of a democracy, but yes.
I shrug and I say, it's a job. I don't have a lot of choice other than to be here. So just let's get it done. Move on.
Sorry. The dog ate a balloon.
Oh no.
We owe the Citadel one shard.
All the shards. And all the power. And all the control.
I think we give them what they're owed, and whatever else happens is between us.
All right.
Yeah. First things first. Let's collect.
All right. All right. I might. Should anybody. This is a little bit of a difficulty here, but let's see how this battle goes. I will keep healed, but if anybody gets killed, I may heal them back. I apologize for that, but you have to understand that my calling is not only blood, nor do I feel that necessarily standing against the Citadel deserves death. But do what you have to do inside, and I will have your back.
All right.
Sounds fair to me.
Utiliser le clairvoyance, quoi?
Oui, on peut faire la clairvoyance, oui, certainement, Monsieur Arley.
Ça m'est égal.
On y va.
My French isn't that good.
Well, Brandon.
Je vais pratiquer donc.
Tu te restes en français, Calice. Youhou!
I'm monolingual. I got nothing.
You're monolingual. Doc will give you a shot for that. Just clear you right up. Go ahead.
So I can, let me just see. I have clairvoyance here. So I can cast clairvoyance.
Okay.
And then my little card didn't fit quite.
Oh,
So
I can look it up to me.
yeah, it's my understanding. Okay, so I create an invisible sensor within range in a location familiar to you.
Yeah, and I'd say with the map, you're familiar
Yeah.
enough. Yeah. Yeah, or an obvious location. Yeah, you can do it behind a door.
And I can go up to a mile.
Wow.
Up to 10 minutes.
Yeah.
And I can see or hear.
Yep.
In the space. My action, I can switch between seeing and hearing.
Yeah.
So I want to send it kind of like inside.
Okay.
Just see, can I see any guards?
Totally. You know what? Let me share the map with you.
It's
Guys,
like
Roy Jenkins, the front door in.
Campaign breaking feat.
Yeah. But it's all good.
Are we gonna live?
No, it'll be fine. Okay, let me share this map with you. So I'm hoping the people at home can see this. Can you see this, players?
Here, let me see the.
Yeah, I see it.
Okay.
Yeah, thank you. That looks fun.
Perfect. So I've got little kind of figures over here for you folks when that becomes necessary. So your sensor basically appears right here, Leonard, and you see kind of this front room in the station. Looks to be combination entrance room and storage. You can see all these kind of material crates filled with, looks like kind of loose parts and scraps and some tools and protective equipment. You've got kind of the solid metal wall, so everything that's beyond it. I'm pointing at the screen like you can see this. Everything that's beyond that wall you can't actually see with your sensor, but that's what you see. And then to the left, so sorry, I should say, we'll say south if you're looking at the screen. Looks like a short corridor. There's a few steps leading into another space, which is dimly lit.
With my twilight, I can see in the darkness.
Yep.
So I will continue forward.
Okay, and it's just the sensors going forward, right? Like you're still outside.
Yeah, I'm still outside, and I'm conveying what I see.
Right.
We're guarding her body.
Nice.
Look, snapping.
So the sensor continues off, and you can see basically what I'm showing you right now. So up those steps, you can see that the dim light that's being offered is coming from this kind of large glass orb that has a much larger version of those bioluminescent plants that you saw in the Voices Tower, and then off to the west. So to west on this map, you can see a long corridor leading further into the facility.
I'm going to follow the corridor as far as I go while looking out for anybody, like as far as my spell will allow, looking out for anybody, anything.
Okay. How far can you see with that spell? Is it based on your vision?
It's based on my vision, and I've got 300 feet.
Okay, make me a perception check just to see how much detail you can draw.
Okay. Not bad. 17.
17, not bad at all. Okay, I'm just gonna move that out of the way ever so slightly. Actually, no, I can delete it. Perfect. I did a good job with this. Yeah, so with your 17, the sensor continues on, and you can see there's a point where this hallway, there's a metal ladder leading up to what appears to be operations room of some sort. You don't really understand the controls and all the mechanisms for operating the station, but somewhere where a technician will be working. And then another ladder leading up to what appears to be a metal catwalk that leads, again, further north into the facility, and then the hallway that you're in continues west. So you can pick a direction. Brandon? Yes, sir.
Can I Leroy Jenkins the front door in?
You totally can, if you're tired of waiting.
I'm thinking, we should just go in. Also, one thing I'm going to have to say, this little out of game, I have to go at 11:30.
Okay, no worries.
Yeah, that's fair. Then let's wait. We'll say my 10 minutes is up, and I'll report what I saw.
Okay. All right. Yeah. So basically, you get that opening bit, and yeah, you folks can head inside. Where would you like to head first?
About catwalk.
Catwalk. All right.
Someone's
So
gonna fall in lava.
Yeah, it's the end of the
We'd
catwalk.
only be so lucky.
No, let me go first. I've got the best chance of like withstanding stuff.
Actually, give me a quick marching order, just so I know.
Marching order's gonna be Bright Eyes.
Then I'd like to go second.
Okay. So I got a little. This is the closest I could find to an orc swashbuckler, DongWon.
Great.
And
Perfect.
probably Lenart after that, and then I'll probably take up the rear.
Okay.
Thank you. Bright Eyes, I will put my hand on you and say, let the examiner inspire you and give you speed and haste should we find trouble, and you will have advantage on the next initiative roll.
Nice. All right, so let's delete that.
Do we see Jedis and droids?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
You do
I
not.
was thinking Terminator, but yeah.
Nice. So you step up onto this catwalk, and you can see across the facility. So this part of the facility here, again, for the sake of brevity, again, it's kind of that open area that the magistrate described. And so it's just kind of like metal railing and open air. And then below you is like this massive network of pipes that are drawing heat or part of the steam mechanism for the geothermal station.
Is there open lava below us?
Far, far, far below you, but yes, you do not want to fall in this, my friend.
Okay, so do we smell rotten eggs?
Yeah, anything that you would naturally smell is you smell.
Then we've got about 30 seconds to live.
Okay, never mind. Take that part out.
Having actually been inside a volcano.
See, this is why don't start with me, Mark. Anyway, so what you do see,
I was just waiting for that, right?
I know. I know. Assume there's a vent somewhere. But yeah, so across this catwalk, you can see far at the end of the facility, two individuals. One kind of older, probably like early 50s, human male, short cropped hair, kind of a round face, hard features. This is a guy who's like, doing manual labor most of his life. Wearing green clothing, similar colors that acolyte that you met at the Voices Tower. He's speaking to a much younger individual, both human, who it looks to be like early 20s, and just kind of like simple gray clothing. And they're clearly arguing with each other because nobody said you were being stealthy.
Oh no! I just go charging down the catwalk.
Just go charging in. So they hear you folks coming. Clank, 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 clank. I'll say you get to about here, and then they both pivot towards you. And this is obviously Tovis and Wallach. Wallach, who's the younger of the two, points in your direction and says, "See, see Tovis. This is them coming to. They're going to kill us. They're going to take the shards. This is the Citadel, throwing its weight around. We can't bow to them." And Tovis says, "Okay, let me handle this." And he turns to the four of you and says, "Look, I'm trying to settle this peacefully. Put your weapons down. Let's just talk. Let's just handle this. We don't need to fight."
Give us the shards.
And so before Tovis can say anything, Wallach is like, "We're not giving you the shards. You don't deserve the shards. You've kept us under your thumb all of this time. We're using the shards for ourselves to give Ren Hollow its independence." And Tovis is trying to like shush him, but he's not relenting.
How far away from us are they?
They are from you specifically 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, about 35, 40 feet.
Okay.
You can keep advancing if you want.
Yeah, I'd like to keep moving towards them.
Okay.
Or how
how
far? I'll go charge. No one's getting past.
Yeah. So I'll say, So all four of you keep moving forward.
Can I jump to the other catwalk? How big is that jump?
So each of these squares is 5 feet, so it'd be about a 15-foot leap. You could certainly try.
Okay, I would like to leap to the other catwalk and hopefully
God, don't
make
miss.
me
into the lava.
Either an athletics or acrobatics check, your choice.
I have +6 to both, so.
How'd you do?
It's a 9.
All right. So you,
I do have things that will happen. I can do if
I
the answer is
figured
I then fall.
you're
into
gonna
the-
need
yeah.
those things.
Okay. Can I cast Misty Step as a bonus action when I realize my jump is going badly?
You know what? All out.
Okay. Then I'm gonna
yeah.
Misty Step directly behind Wallach.
Okay.
And if I can, I would like to put a knife to his throat
Okay.
to basically halt this thing. So I'm covering for it's like a cat. You know how a cat makes a jump and it's just bad? And then it like walks off like they were being cool. Like that is absolutely what Young Dung is doing here. Just like completely failed to jump, but it's like covering for it by like, meant to do that, meant to teleport over here. And I'm going to do a cool thing and end this fight now.
Okay. You do that and Wallach, like Tovis immediately kind of, he reaches to his belt and pulls out, and you see one of these misshapen crystals. And he looks at you and he says, "Do not harm that young man." And Wallach, looks at you and says, "You might not want to do that. My friend would not be very happy."
Can I leap across as well?
Sure, do it. And then I'll see what so make me either an athletics or an acrobatics check, and then
I got
Leonard and
7 athletics.
yeah,
Here we
well-
go. No, that's not good.
what is it, Mark?
No, that's not good.
Mark?
It's a 2.
Oh,
Well, he does have to leave it alone.
my friend, make me a dexterity saving throw because I'm a kind dungeon master.
Uh-oh.
Leonard would like to have a reaction if she may after, depending on how he does.
Wait. So to do the dexterity one, Brandon, what do I need?
Yep.
Do I need to get above my dexterity or below?
So you just add whatever your dexterity bonus is.
Okay, I got +1 to dexterity. Here we
Okay.
go.
And I'm guessing you're not proficient in it, so it'll just be +1.
Not good. Not good.
What is it?
I got a 3.
All right, so poor Bright Eyes, thinking to mimic his friend, leaps, makes it like 2 feet, and then pinwheels. And he's like grabbing in every direction other than the direction of the railing that's directly behind him, and he's dropping like a stone.
I will immediately activate Steps of the Undead, which gives me flying speed at the speed of my walking.
Right.
And I will try, because it's slower. I know I can't hold him up necessarily because he's big and heavy, but I'm going to try to basically slam into him and kind of use my speed and
Okay.
aim to kind of slam him over into safety at least.
Make me just. Oh, how do I want to rule?
I don't know. Whatever I need to do to slam him over.
Yeah. I mean, you're
portion.
kind of attacking him, so yeah, make me an attack and see if you can put enough weight behind it to get him to move.
Oh. Natural 20.
Okay.
No.
All right.
Yes.
Yeah, so you're able to slam into him.
That's my only natural 20. It's to save Bright Eyes from himself.
Okay, I will say that for the purpose of this, you push him sideways, so he's careening towards this other catwalk. Make me one more dexterity saving throw, Mark.
All right, here we go.
Do better.
Because even with a natural 20, there's not enough weight for you to push. Say that again.
19.
Okay, so you're just able to grab the railing on this side, so you're hanging from that. The metal that bends a little bit because you are a large lizard folk. Yeah, so you're hanging from that. Amble, what do you want to do? As this is happening, I'll let you do one thing before the others respond.
Okay. So when Homeboy pulls out the shard and is like, "Oh, I've got a shard." You remember that, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
We all remember. Okay.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I'm gonna cast silence so that any spells that they want to cast that have a verbal component cannot be cast.
Okay.
How about that? It's
I forget what.
It's a 20-foot radius spell.
20-foot radius? Okay. So I'm assuming you're
20 foot?
centering it on them.
No, I'm going to center it in front of the first one so that the radius hits the back of where they are, because they won't know where the radius is.
Right, that's fair. Okay, cool.
Yeah. But that way they'll be fully in the radius, and if they move forward, they'll still be in it.
Okay. So like
You can draw a circle with it, yeah.
kind of like so?
Yeah, like that.
Like that? 20 foot?
Yes.
Perfect. Done. All right.
Silence.
Yeah. So so all of a sudden, neither of them are making any sound. You see Tovis try to speak and Wallach try to speak. They realize that it's on. I need everybody to roll initiative.
That was good.
Yeah, including you. You tried very hard to die, my friend.
22 for me.
Wow.
Oh my
I have
god!
like a +5 to initiative.
I got 4.
You get advantage, Mark. So you get to roll twice.
Oh, okay.
I gave you advantage.
All right. Let me see what happens. Oh, good. I got 4.
Thank God you had advantage.
Yeah.
Okay, so Young Dung got ahead of 22. Anyone else 15 to 20?
I have 16.
16. Okay. Marie, what have you got?
14.
14. Mark had a 4. Good gods. Okay.
Having actually jumped into a volcano, I know what it's like to do things that aren't wise.
Yeah, but you had like a harness and stuff. You did not hear, Mark.
Yeah, but we didn't know the harness was going to hold.
All right, so this happens. Top of the round, Young Dung.
If I push them 10 feet, will they fall into the lava?
Theoretically.
Yeah, I'm going to cast Thunder Wave.
That was totally on my list of things to do to you.
No.
How dare you?
If you look at my character sheet, every spell I have moves people.
Wait,
yeah.
Does
I
that
should
mean
have
I
looked at that
get
more
knocked
closely.
off too?
No, anything within 15 feet of me.
Yeah,
so
yeah, so
everyone
yeah,
else is
you're
outside
safe.
range.
Okay,
so
so
that's going to be a Constitution saving throw.
All
And
right.
that you need to beat a 13.
13. Oh, that's close. I gotta look at their stats. Hold on. Stand by.
Shortest battle ever.
I got it. I hope this works.
This might be the shortest battle ever. Okay. So Wallach definitely fails.
He's young and foolish.
Sorry, Wallach's mom. My bad.
What am I trying to hit?
You're trying to beat a 13.
They both fail.
Oh no!
So they both take 2d8 thunder damage, and they both push 10
Wait.
feet.
You don't want to do that.
You lady already did it.
Shards?
We already have one shard. We've completed our mission.
Because I cast silence.
Oh, would the silence affect me too?
Not. He's outside of the.
Silence negates the thunder damage.
Does it?
Yes, it does.
Oh, because you can't hear the
'Cause you
thunder.
can't.
Oh.
Okay, but it's a wave of thunderous.
Actually,
I don't think it
He would,
does.
he would probably know that.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. I just read the description before I cast.
Oh yeah, any creature
Okay.
or object entirely inside the sphere is immune to thunder damage.
Got it.
Okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's right. And you folks have been working together for so long that.
And
Yeah,
he would
yeah,
know
yeah.
that. I was trying to say it earlier.
Sorry,
No,
Arley.
that totally makes sense. Okay, then I'm going to do something different.
Yeah,
if that's
I'll let you do
okay,
something. Yeah, that's
which
cool.
is I'm going to cast Gust of Wind, which is the second level spell, which creates a line of strong wind, which blows somebody 15 feet away. But they need to save strength saving throw of 13 this time.
Okay. Who are you targeting?
It goes
Wallach
in
or
a
Tovis?
line, so I'm going to hit Wallach and knock him off because he annoys me more.
Oh, that's even worse. That's a 9.
Yeah, Wallach gets knocked over the edge, whatever that means for you.
Okay, so I'm gonna give him the same thing I gave Bright Eyes, which is a dexterity saving throw to see if he can grab the edge of something and keep from falling to his death.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So he just manages to kind of grab the side of this ladder and keep from like falling over the edge. And so he's holding on, he lets out this yelp of fright as he's lifted up. And so he's hanging onto the edge of this ladder, feet dangling over this open crevasse. Would you like to do anything else, DongWon?
So I am going to use my so I'm going to use tempestuous magic. So I'm going to fly 10 feet so that I am on. Can I be on the stairs in front of Wallach?
Like here?
Or like one more over? Because he's hanging off the edge, right?
He is, yeah. Oh, yeah. So you could be here essentially.
Yeah.
And well, yeah, it doesn't quite line up, but I'll say you're on the ladder beside him. Yeah.
So I'm kind of over him.
Yeah.
And
Perfect.
That's my action and my bonus, so I'm done.
Awesome.
So I look over at him and go, sup?
Amble,
oh
your turn.
yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to.
You're gonna have to go.
I'm just getting reports. Power just went out in Grimsby. They're gonna start closing roads. So
Okay.
I gotta. Unfortunately, I'm so sorry.
No, dude, you got to do your thing. I'm sorry that you have to go.
This was fun.
Okay.
So
I'll
you can take over my character. I give my character to Marie.
done.
Do I have a sheet? Can I just randomly?
I've got his details, Marie. So you can
Perfect.
tell me what you want him to do.
Okay. Yeah. Sorry, guys.
No, thanks for coming, man.
Oh yeah. Sorry.
Hi,
Things just
Mark.
Hi,
things
Mark.
got real. So I gotta run. Bye.
That's okay. Be safe. Be safe. Have fun.
out there.
Thanks, Mark.
Yes, if you hear about my frozen body in the next day or two, just make sure that they know that the last thing I did was play an awesome game of Dungeons and Dragons with you guys.
Awesome.
We'll write it on your tombstone.
Done.
There you go. Thanks. Bye.
Bye,
dude.
Mark.
Bye.
That was Storm Chaser Mark Robinson.
Off to chase a storm.
Off to chase a storm, as he does. I remember the first time we did. I was planning CanCon, and we had him scheduled for a bunch of stuff, and then a tornado hit, and he was gone the whole weekend. Hilarious. Sorry, Arley, your turn.
Okay. So is Homeboy secure? Homeboy being Bright Eyes, or is he?
He is hanging on for dear life from this metal railing that is bending a little bit under his weight. So I wouldn't say he's secure. He's stable for the moment.
But Lennart's helping him.
Theoretically, yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. So the young one,
Yeah, Wallach.
I'm gonna throw Mind Sliver at Wallach.
Oh God, the hell is a mind sliver?
It's a psychic attack that I have that you don't have.
Bring it.
It's a
Bring it.
cantrip. Do you want me to drop the description in the chat window for you?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
Actually, I don't know if I can see the chat window while I'm sharing a screen.
Okay. Basically, it does psychic damage. He will have to roll an intelligence saving throw.
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure he's fine at that. Oh, that's not bad. That's a 15.
Oh, okay. He made his saving throw then.
Not bad, Wallach.
Yeah, if it's a 15, he made his save. So that means that nothing happens, but it would have been terrible if he failed his save.
Well, I'm glad that he made his save. So both of you hear this, and Youngdun, because you're looming above him, he like winces in pain and kind of slips a little bit on the railing, but he manages to hold on and resist any of the damage. Would you like to do anything else, sir?
Let me see here. Oh yeah, I would like to do something else now that you mention it.
I believe. Yeah, and Marie, you're on deck.
I'm sorry, I just realized the thing about my spell, and we can say that this doesn't matter, but the line of wind is 60 feet long and 10 feet wide. So
So would have gotten him
also hit. Yeah.
Okay, I'll make a save for him. That is a 16 on the die.
Yeah, so he would save.
Yeah, okay, so he's good then.
Yeah.
Cool.
Okay, so I'm gonna cast Hex on the older dude.
Okay, done.
You know what that does?
Nice.
Yes. That is my favorite warlock ability of all time.
Okay,
I'm gonna put a little skull beside him.
yeah, he has disadvantage on ability checks.
I get to pick one specific one, though. Eh?
Yeah, I have to pick one. Let's do strength.
Okay, noted.
Yeah. So he's hexed.
Okay, yeah. So you see this like swirling black energy surrounding his body. He looks down at it and he glares at you, and you can see like his attempt to keep the situation from exploding. He is gone now. He's ready to throw down if he ever gets his friggin' turn. Leonard, your turn.
I am going to land like on the lower part in outside of the silent zone.
Yep.
Which I assume I have an idea that it's there.
Yes.
And I mean, I'm going to assume that I can't pull Bright Eyes up anyways. I'm going to assume he can figure that out. You got this. You got this.
Got this.
You got this. 100%. And I'm trying to decide. Now, I've been wanting to do this, but I'm not sure. One technicality, are you familiar with the Moonbeam spell?
I am familiar with the Moonbeam spell.
So if I cast it like down on what's his name? The voice.
Yeah, on Tovis.
Tovis.
On Tovis, if I cast it down on him, does he take like the damage? Because he'd be entering the spell's area for the first time.
Yeah, like he
Or
would
does-
take it on his turn.
God,
On
I have
his-
had this argument so many
I
times
know, right?
about whether it happens on your turn or their turn or like.
Yeah, I know, and we have somebody use this in our other party, and I always forget.
And it would be
Yeah, so yeah, or starts its turn, so on his turn.
okay, perfect. So then on his turn, you take the damage.
Yeah.
Like okay, I just wasn't sure. Okay, so I'm gonna use it just because I've really been wanting to use it. It's a good reason. So I am going to look up towards the sky, even though there is no sky, and then kind of pull down. And this glittery wave will come down and ensnare him like all around him. So it's 40-foot high cylinder, 5-foot
Yeah.
radius. So like right
Okay.
on top of him.
Perfect. Yeah, and he looks up. I love that it's glittery. He looks up at his radius, squints against it as he's surrounded by this beam of energy. So yeah, that will affect him on his turn.
Perfect. We want to keep it, classy. And
Right.
that's concentration, so I will keep that.
Okay, noted. All right, so Wallach, who is hanging on this, Youngdon, do you give him enough space for him to like climb back on, or are you deliberately
Well,
getting in his way?
Funny story. Gust of Wind is a concentration spell, lasts up to a minute.
Oh no!
Each creature that starts its turn in the line, so that includes both of them,
Yep.
must succeed on a strength saving throw, be pushed 15 feet away from me
Perfect.
in
Perfect.
the direction following the line.
All right.
Um, Sorry, Brandon, before
Yes, ma'am.
he goes, can I also bonus action
Oh,
a
sorry, yeah.
spiritual weapon?
Why not?
Because it's a bonus action, so I'm going to bonus action spiritual weapon and just put it right in
Okay.
front of Tovin.
Okay. Okay. I will put a little. I'll remember that's there. I don't have
Sorry.
a spiritual weapon. No, it's okay. Okay, done. So spiritual weapon in front of him. Perfect. Okay, so he needs to make a Constitution save. Was it, or was it a strength save?
Strength saving throw.
Oh, 19 on the die.
Then he is good.
That's a Wallach, and then
Yeah.
I'll do it on Tovis's other turn. Okay, yeah. So Wallach. So again, the wind is blowing us. He hangs on for dear life. He glares daggers at you, and he's like he's holding on with one hand, he's clutching the shard with the other. What can
And
he
they just
do?
look down at him and say, "If you give me the shard, you can live."
Which he can't hear because you're still in the silence.
Oh, that's right. We're all just mouthing at each other.
You're just mouthing crap at each other. It's great.
Just
But he
hold
actually,
out your hand, like give it.
Yeah.
come with me if you want to live.
Give it.
But he looks away from you into a corner of the.
Oh yeah, there might be more.
There might be more. And you
Really hope
see
you get rid of him before
the
his buddy
shard.
picks him
You see the shard glow in his hands as oops, come with me. Nope. Hold on.
You got
There.
this.
I got that. I know how to work roll 20.
You're very good.
There we go.
Oh, that's
As
big.
this large, kind of molten, rocky, elemental type creature comes lumbering up out of the shadows of this station, and you can see so the crystal glows in Wallach's hand as this creature clambers up beside Tovis, and fixes these two little beady red eyes on Young Dung.
Shocking.
Is it smart enough to step? Yeah, I'm going to say it's smart enough not to step into the gust of wind. Climbs up onto here.
Dear.
Yeah, and then, so this thing encompasses the entire walkway. And you can see that yeah, Wallach is, you don't exactly know what's going on, but yeah, there's some sort of connection between Wallach and this creature. And he's saying something, not actually invoking a spell, but he's trying to call out to this creature. The creature can't hear him, but it is there. And it is going to, that's it for its turn. Tovis has to make a save. Rolls a natural 1.
Wonderful.
So Tovis, so as this
Tovis is going to move 15 feet towards, yeah.
So he actually blows past you. I will give him a dexterity save.
And he's got moonbeam damage too.
Oh yeah, that's right. So I'll do the moonbeam damage first, so he lights on fire before he gets launched.
That's nice.
No,
So
having a bad day.
you have to make a Constitution saving throw.
That is 20, not natural.
Yeah, that passes. But so you take half damage of 15.
Okay. So he is at that. Okay.
That's radiant damage if it matters.
Okay, noted. Attempts. I'm gonna give him a dexterity saving throw. Oh, dude. Okay, so you watch as poor Tovis, just like gets lit up, surrounded in what could be like this, rather ethereal, kind of lovely sort of energy if it wasn't burning him, and then whoop, gets tossed to the side, flies past Young Dung, and there's this, and all you see is this look of shock on his face as this huge guy just goes cartwheeling past you, misses the railing that's on the opposite side, and just drops like a stone, like Bright Eyes almost did, and just starts to plummet.
So he just gets yeeted into the abyss here.
Basically.
Great.
And so I'm assuming that nobody is going to try to save him. So this stack of spell cards that I was going to use for him gets tossed across my table.
You're welcome.
Thank you, DongWon.
I mean, I think my character might have tried to, but I don't think she can. So
you can try on your turn, but there's not a whole lot.
No, she doesn't have the strength to pull him up. So she's like, whatever, it's done.
Yeah, he's similar build to Bright Eyes, like a little bit smaller, but yeah. So he and his shard gone. So that's his turn. Top of the round. Young Dung, it's your turn.
Okay, can I use sleight of hand to try and snatch the shard out of Wallach's hand?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh.
Okay. I'm gonna do that. Oh my god, I'm rolling so badly. That's a 12.
That is a 12. Oh, okay. So you reach towards the shard, and you manage to just brush your fingers against it before he's like in his franticness realizes what you're doing, bats your hand away. Okay. So you aren't able to get a hold of it, unfortunately.
Then I'm going to use my bonus action to move the gust of wind so it's blowing straight down into his face, trying to knock him off the railing.
Nice. So did you do another save now or on his turn?
Let's see.
You're not recasting the spell.
Yeah, I think it's on his turn.
Okay, noted. But he's getting it full in the face. His hair's whipping about. His clothes are whipping about. So we'll.
And I kind of gesture like, give me the, because we're still silenced. So.
Yeah. All right, noted. Goodbye, Tovis. Amble, your turn.
I can do bonus action first, right?
Oh yeah, you can do it any order you want.
Okay, I'm gonna hex Wallach.
Okay, so you move the hex over.
Because he's a jerk. And I'm gonna hit his does he have a weapon on him?
Does he have a weapon? He looks like he's got aside from the shard, he's got just like a quarterstaff strapped to his back.
Oh, he's weak then. I'll do his dexterity for his stat.
Okay, sounds good.
Just in case a certain person knocks him into the lava and he needs to make a dex check or something. I don't know, it could happen. And then after that, I'm going to do Witch Bolt.
Nice.
Ooh.
You know how that one works?
Yeah, it's a save, right, for me? I
No.
believe. No, it's not. Then I don't.
No. I have to make an attack roll.
Oh, yeah, but then it's continuous, right?
And then it's continuous as long as I keep it up.
Okay. Against Wallach or against this molten elemental thing?
Against Wallach, because I figure if he dies, the elemental will not bother us for one reason or another.
Okay. No, I like it. Okay, so make me your attack.
Okay.
Come on, Wallach.
21.
Yeah, that's gonna hit.
Okay, so it's 1d12.
Okay.
Plus he gets hex damage
Oh yeah.
because I don't like him.
I feel like we don't like anybody in this town, which is
We
They've
like
been very
our
mean
par-
to us.
Yeah,
we're friends with our party.
we like each other.
makes
We're
sense.
having fun.
Okay, so the damage roll is a 10 for the 1d12.
okay.
Nice.
And then for the hex, where is it?
Hex, I think is a D.
It's d6, right?
Yeah,
An
D6, I'm
additional
pretty sure.
d6. Yeah. So I just rolled 2, so it's total 12 damage.
All right. Yeah, so you were
what-
told like, oh, go ahead. Yeah.
What you all see is I just shake my head at Wallach and I point my hand at him, and this arc of blue lightning races out of my fingers and starts striking him right in the chest because he's the jerk,
Nice.
just like the Emperor.
I like that I'm like Vader over him, like the very like Empire Strikes Back Vader, and then you're just lightning him like the Emperor over there. Like it's just
Yeah, literally.
This is great.
yeah.
And
I
it's
think
Nice.
It's great because he actually looks like Luke Skywalker.
It does a little bit, yeah.
That's
Which is
true.
excellent.
when
That's
he gets
awesome.
hit again, I'm gonna gesture again to hand me the thing.
Okay, noted. Make me, young Dung. It's out of turn order, but make me a intimidation check. Just for shits and giggles. And then Leonard, it is your turn, unless you wanted to move already.
That's gonna be a 24 for intimidation.
Christ.
Holy
Okay,
crap.
I rolled a 19 and a +5.
that's amazing.
Um,
Sorry, before we get to Leonard's turn, the chat has probably mentioned this already, but I forgot about poor Bright Eyes. So we'll say that on his turn. He crawls up onto the, manages to get himself back up onto the platform, and that was his turn. So sorry, Leonard.
sounds good. So I'm gonna move the moonbeam on top of the big as my action on top of the big elemental, just because
Sounds
I don't
good.
like the look of him. And then bonus action, because I'm enjoying everything that everyone's doing, I'm going to move my spiritual weapon over to Malik, and I'm going to poke him.
Nice. Poor
So
Wallach.
That is, where's my dice? That is 5 points of poking damage.
You need to roll to hit him, eh?
That's a good point. No, I hit him.
Did you?
No, he
Did I?
I was just.
Nice driving rate.
listening.
I know it's getting late, but come on.
That's true. No. 18.
Yeah, 18 hits. So
I'll re-roll my damage too, to be fair.
okay.
8.
To be fair.
Yes. Statistically speaking.
8 damage. Okay, yeah. So he gets skewered, and so young Dung, he is not looking good. Like he's burned, and like half of his face is scalded by the witch bolt. He's looking closer to like Anakin in Revenge of the Sith than he is to Luke or Palpatine at this point.
I just cock an eyebrow at him at this point. Like,
Okay.
come on.
Fair enough. So Tovus is plummeting to his death.
Bye, Tovus.
Poor Tovus.
Poor life choices.
This creature, so this massive molten elemental, is going to. It's got reach. So it's going to clamber over here. It's going to take a swing at Young Dung.
Constitution saving throw, please.
Right, because of the.
Because of the moonbeam.
That is probably going to make it with. All right, with a 23.
Oh yeah, you make it. So you take half damage from 12. So you take 6 points of radiant damage.
Okay, noted. So that is that. And then I have to make a save for a thing. Oh, which it fails miserably. So it starts to lurch forward, this creature, and the moonbeam strikes it. I'll say, Leonard, you see this. You see this creature, like the something like a light flashes in its eyes, and you notice across the way as the shard in Wallach's hand also flashes. And the creature kind of stops, like it was starting to lurch towards Young Dung, and it kind of pauses for a second, looking around, and on its like rocky, kind of craggy features, there's this moment of confusion as it doesn't seem to know what's going on.
Oh.
And I'll say that because of that, I'll say that's all it does on its turn. Bright Eyes. Marie, Mark gave control of Bright Eyes over to you. What would you like him to do?
Well, Bright Eyes seemed pretty intent on biting things.
He did.
And he didn't seem all that bright.
That's correct.
By his name. So I'm guessing he's going to go straight up to that elemental and try to choose something volcano-y and probably give us some facts about how that's not doable.
Oh, all right. Let's see if we can do it. So I do his stats. Not even close. So yeah. So he latches onto the front of this thing and he just like starts chewing on the rock. And you can see he's having no effect whatsoever. It's like nom, 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 nom. But he keeps trying.
Good for him.
He's like a dog with the bully stick, you know, like
basically, yeah. It's going on Wallach's turn. Oh man, he is fucked up. So yeah, he is going to, especially with that intimidation roll, grudgingly, he kind of like shakes his head with his free hand, holds out the shard towards you, and looks like he's kind of waiting for you to take the shard and then presumably hoist him up. And it is your turn, actually, Young Dung.
Okay. If he does, then I will take the shard, and then I'll use my bonus action to direct it towards the elemental and try it. Did it fly?
Oh shoot! I didn't do a save for the gust of wind for him.
Oh yeah.
Okay. He passes it.
Okay. Can I move the gust of wind to point at the? Did the elemental fly over here?
No, it crawled up out of the shadows.
Okay, so then I'm going to take the shard from him and point the gust of wind at the elemental.
Okay, done.
And then I'm going to stab it.
Okay, yeah, do it.
That is going to be a 18 to hit.
18 will hit.
Okay. That's going to be 12 damage and then sneak attack because it's engaged in melee, right?
Yep.
Melee. With another 6 damage, so that's 18 damage total.
Nice.
Then I attack with my offhand. And that's a critical failure.
Oh no. Okay, that's a solid.
Well, actually, I probably can't attack with my offhand because I took the shard.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Yeah. So I take the shard and then I just turn around and stab it with my rapier.
Yeah, and yeah, rapier sinks in, and you can tell, like, even though you find a relatively weak spot in its rocky skin. But you can tell that your stab didn't have as much effect as you would have expected it to. Because it's hard to
surprising. My rapier is a +1 rapier, so it is magic.
Oh, I don't think that. Oh no, that does matter. Okay, yep. So never mind. I withdraw what I said.
Sweet.
Nice.
This is what you get for giving us magic items.
Right. This I shouldn't. Yeah. I have learned my lesson. Amble, your turn.
So, homeboy's given up, right?
Oh yeah.
Wallach. Okay. And the elemental is still going at us.
It hasn't actually attacked anyone yet.
Okay.
I think I stabbed it mostly out of reflex.
Which is fair.
Totally fair.
Something's here.
Oh god.
Okay, then I'm going to use my turn to I'm gonna stop blasting Wallach with lightning.
Okay.
For one thing, which doesn't cost me any action. But I'm gonna summon my Hex Blade.
Nice.
I'm gonna summon it as a scimitar. So it's
Okay.
going to be this black, elegantly curved blade etched in the side with glowing arcane symbols
Nice.
that just
Nice.
appears out of nowhere in my hand.
That's amazing. Awesome.
I let my hair down, my long black hair.
Freaking
out
ready
the
for
blade.
business. All right.
Letting the cloak billow in the rising heat of the volcanic, action, and just be like, yes, let's do this.
And the screams of Tavon below. It just helps.
Who is still falling for the next 18 rounds?
It helps to cloak billow.
Yeah, it does. It helps the billow take a nice shape.
Picturesque. I love it. Do you want to move it all?
No, I'm that's an action to summon my blade, and I'm not gonna do anything else. I'm waiting to see what that elemental does.
Sounds good.
And just as a point of order, in case it comes up, in case we end up having to fight this thing, my hex blade does function as a magic weapon.
Okay, good to know. Leonard, your turn.
I saw what happened with the shard and with the elemental.
Yes.
Do I have understanding whether this might be charmed?
Make me an Arcana check.
I have +8 Arcana, thankfully. 19.
Oh yeah, there was definitely some sort of like Wallach was controlling this creature in some way. Either like he's not super strong, so some sort of like control monster, dominate monster sort of spell. And it looks like that when the moonbeam hit, or either when the moonbeam hit or when Wallach got hit, the charm, his hold over the creature was broken.
Okay.
Anyone speak elemental?
I do not, nor do I have any.
I don't think so.
And he's
Primordial, does that count?
Primordial might.
I'm going to move closer to him so that I'm within 30 feet range.
Oh yeah, you already are. You're
okay.
Like 15 feet away.
Oh yeah, counting is great. I'm going to bring my hands together, hold my shard, and say a little bit of sanctuary here would be appreciated, and dramatically hold out my hands like I'm pushing the air from around me. And again, it's going to be very glittery. I apologize if you guys don't like but it's going to basically glitter blow all around. And then for 30 feet around me, there's now shimmering light everywhere, and I've just cast Twilight. I have just not cast, but summoned my Twilight Sanctuary.
Nice.
And then on the end of each creature's turn, so anybody, creature, good or bad, that's in the Twilight Sanctuary, which is everyone right now, I get to do one thing to them at the end of their turn.
Okay.
So I have cast this, and then as my bonus action, that's my action. As my bonus action, I'm going to move my spiritual weapon.
Yep.
No, you know what? It looks, by the way, by a very fancy quill.
Nice.
I'm going to keep it near Boyo in case he tries anything.
Okay, sounds good. Yeah, so I basically figure it's right here where my cursor is.
It's kind of like shimmering.
Yeah. Awesome.
Not super intimidating, but it does tap very well.
All right, so it's now the elemental's turn, and so Young Dung, you crack it with your sword, and it pivots towards you.
The wind is now blowing towards it.
Oh yeah,
so
that's right.
To make a strength saving throw, which it probably will because it's only 13.
So. No, it will not.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I've been rolling shit.
This is an
entire
MVP
fight
right here.
This entire fight, I rolled a 5.
That's amazing.
So it moves. There's no limitation on size of creature here for some reason. It's just
I'm looking desperately at what I have, and nope.
15 feet away.
15 feet away. All right. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna see if it can grab one. I don't think the railing will hold it, but nope, not even close. Yeah. So with hilarious speed. This massive creature, as it pivots around towards Young Dung, its feet are knocked out from underneath it, and it like just obliterates the railing behind it. Falls this way, bounces off a series of pipes, and you hear like crash, bang that's like it's falling, just destroying this machinery as it starts dropping away. Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna reach down and grab Wallach by the scruff of the neck and haul him up.
Okay.
I'm gonna release silence.
Okay. So get rid of the silence. Twilight Sanctuary is still. Did you want to do anything to the elemental when it dropped, Marie?
So the elemental is dropping in. I'm not sure if it was charmed or not. So if it was charmed, I will remove the spell effect.
Okay. Yeah.
So it can know that it's dying of its own accord.
Yeah, you get this.
Face death, being yourself.
As you go to do that, you get the sense that that it was no longer charmed, but that it pivoted around because Young Dung attacked it, so it was retaliating, and so yeah, it collapses down. So you hoist Wallach up. He's not fighting back, so I'll say at this point we can drop out of initiative.
Yeah, I just haul him up to eye level and go, kid, you're a real dumbass.
As he's bleeding and like just burned and stuff, he has nothing to say. He's just beaten down. So for the sake of brevity, what would you like to do with him? How would you like to wrap up this him and his mom and what have you?
Yeah, I think I would like to bring him back to his mom and just be like, you asked and we delivered.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll be like, raise your kids right.
So the magistrate, she looks at Wallach and she says, she looks like she's about to fight you on it. I got blurry again. And then says, like kind of second guesses herself and says, well, I asked you to bring him back alive, and I suppose you've done that. Thank you. You would have been within your rights to just leave him there. Although I am sorry about Tobis.
It was memorable. That's good.
And then I think I tossed the other shard to Leonard and just say, it's your call.
I mean, the people of this town aren't really hurting anybody by just trying to make a living. We're bringing one shard back.
Leave it if you want.
If no one has any objections.
We
And
don't
we
need
never
it. But next time we come through, if we ask for something, you give it to us.
You have my word. So you're leaving one of them with us?
Yeah, I'll leave the one shard, not the new one.
Yeah.
If your kid ever touches this, though, and we hear of this, we will come cut his hands off.
Wow. He will never go anywhere near that. He'll be lucky if I ever let him out of his house again.
Perfect. You can learn to use magic. I'll look to Wallach, but you have to learn to do it well and responsibly and not charm random elementals to do your own dirty business, you coward.
I went to the magistrate's like, you did what?
That was just a bad idea. That thing would have eaten you as easily as it would have eaten us.
Yeah.
What? You thought that you could control it better than what? I will deal with you later. Thank you. You didn't have to leave this with us, but thank you.
Be aware, though, that a new voice will be assigned to your village. And
yes.
that you may not have the same support that you do now.
Yes, we will handle that, and hopefully won't need any of you ever to come near here ever again.
Make good choices and you won't need us to come here.
we will do our best. Thank you. And she goes and she grabs Wallach by the scruff of his neck and starts dragging him back into their home. Anything else?
Kind of wink at him and do finger guns as he gets dragged away.
Awesome. Oh man. So with that, unless there's anything else that you would like to do. All right. Yeah, so you leave Rana Hollow with one shard to return back to the Citadel and leaving behind a shard for the people to use. The air sled comes back the next day to collect you and ferry you back home to whatever additional adventure involving, thievery and intimidation and biting of people you might find yourselves doing. And we will close it there.
We got our shard. Come on.
Excellent. Thank you, Brandon. That was super fun. I'm sorry I ruined all your plans with one spell.
That is no. There's no ruining. It was great.
That was awesome. Between that and silence, like they had
no chance. I had all the best part was I was looking at this thing and I was like, I wonder if this might be a little bit too dangerous for them. I don't know if I should.
Nope.
That's the best. I like the best, honestly, for me as a DM, the best game is one that goes in totally a direction I'm not expecting.
Yeah.
No, that was great. I hope you had fun.
I did. Yes, thank you. I enjoyed that. So
It was cool.
Awesome. Perfect. So I will say to the audience, thank you for staying with us and joining us. We hope you had a good time and you had fun hanging out in the chat. I think I have to just end the call. I don't think I can stop streaming, right, Marie?
I don't know. You're the one that's the host.
That's terrifying. Well, I can stop the live stream.
There you go.
So here's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to stop the live stream. Be well, everyone out there in the internet. Thank you for joining us. I think our next CanCon line event is in the first week of March. We've got Annalie Newitz coming for a one-on-one talk about their new book, Four Lost Cities, which they're out on book tour right now, I think, for it. And so they're stopping off with us, which is going to be great. So stay tuned for news about that. And take care of yourselves. I don't know, play more games or something. So I'm going to click stop live stream. It should keep us still in the Zoom call, folks. If it doesn't, I apologize in advance. So I'm going to say a proper goodbye. So
thanks, everybody.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Okay, stop.